Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game Masters, a show where we showcase amazing players and games and categories that, may or may not be seen as a traditional standard speed game. Now, before we get into today's festivities, I want to remind everybody that Frost Fatale's game and volunteer submissions will be open from November 2nd to 14th, which is very, very soon. That's next week. Those keeping track. So go to games.donequick.com for more information on that if you're interested in running or volunteering. But today, we are going to be doing Fall Guys Lockout Bingo. And joining me and our racers and competitors for today, we have Bay Ginning, who we will often refer to as Chloe because that's her name. And the man who is trying to do a speed run of all the Hotfix shows, any percent. Dangers.
Yeah, I'm actually going for 100% right now.
100% Hotfix shows in the fastest time we have seen. So anyway, I'm going to throw it over to you,
your
Chloe.
weekly appearance.
What is Fall Guys Lockout Bingo?
So, if you've seen it in other games, Fall Guys Bingo is kind of like where we both have this website and we are synced up on the same bingo board. So when we click to reveal, we're going to have 25 random challenges, and they can be anywhere between get first place on this specific round or jump off the level twice on a survival level. They're very random. There's about, I want to say like 100 different ones that we can get, and we're going to have 25 of them. Now, the caveat is with Lockout, if one person does one challenge, the other person won't be able to do that said challenge. So it's pretty much a race to complete 13 of the 25, obviously, because that would be a majority. Or we hit our time limit, which does tend to happen from time to time where, maybe we can't finish one challenge and it ends up just being whoever finished more by the end of the time. But that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, so unlike traditional bingo where usually you only need to get a line, we are playing blackout bingo, which means that we are trying to complete the entire card. So if there's 25 squares, 13 is guaranteed win for one of us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and, the other thing is that we have little specifics that we're going to be doing with it, like we are not going to be queuing up together. We're going to be in separate lobbies. That way we can kind of do different things, whether or not, maybe this person wants to leave early and try to get into another game. Maybe this one wants to play it out. It kind of gives you more options and strategy to be able to do this. And so I think it's better when we don't actually queue up together.
All right. Well, my only question for you two is, are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
I've browsed through a couple of the challenges we have here, and they're pretty interesting. We'll get into it as we start. But Chloe,
yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. So okay. I'll start a countdown, and on go, we will click to reveal on our ends, and then Dangers and I will queue up. So with that being said, let's start at 3, 2, 1, and go. So we can now reveal the boards there, and Dangers and I can start queuing up.
Yeah, okay. Up until this second, neither Dangers or Chloe have seen what the bingo categories are. So you have to determine really quick, based on what show they get and what their position on the board is, if they're going to go for one of the various challenges here. Now, yeah, obviously, we have the first race here. Who's going to load into the game first?
I just got into a game. Is Dangers ahead of me?
No, I'm still following.
Okay. Haha.
I think you won the coin toss here, Chloe. And you get to start first.
Eliminate yourself on any elimination round. Does that mean that you just get eliminated?
Yeah, you just perfect match, jump club, just dive straight off. Don't try to play the level out.
So not a race.
Yeah. It's levels that if you were to fall off the map, which if for those of you that don't know Fall Guys, there's different types of levels throughout Fall Guys, and they're kind of categorized by different things. For instance, the level that I'm currently running on is called a race level, where, just self-explanatory. You go from one end to the other, and you're trying to race to get first, or whatever it is specifically. There's also going to be survival levels, which are going to be if you fall into the slime or something else would happen to you one time, you're pretty much eliminated. There's going to be logic, and there's also going to be finals. So when we say elimination, it just means if you were to fall off the map one time, you're going to be automatically eliminated there.
Yeah, but now I see one of the potential categories here that Chloe may or may not be going for. I don't know how much information you're going to be sharing with each other, but hey, the show, so you're going to hear everything I'm going to be thinking about. And I see this category here: qualify 2 race rounds without grabbing. Now,
Yeah,
that was just
one's gonna
race
be a hard
rounds.
one for me.
Did you grab anybody?
I did not think. I actually did not see that. So you pointed that out to me, and that really helped. But yeah, for those who aren't familiar with the Fall Guys community, I'm kind of known for being. Well, you're gonna see it in some finals. I'm a little bit aggressive. I might be I might have some people that don't like me for grabbing as much as I do. So
I have flush.
Yeah,
Well,
that
let me
one's gonna
say,
be a hard
it's
one.
great when she's on our team.
yeah, let's
I
see.
recognize
I
some
will
names
say
in
there
my
are
lobby.
some. Ooh, you got some names in your lobby?
Yep. It's almost as if there are some people in the chat trying to join in with us today.
Oh, who would have thought? All right, so Danger's also in a race round here. And we'll see if Chloe can, capitalize on the first score.
Yeah, this will be good to probably get on the board here if I can do that qualify on this. So this is another race level, like Fant was saying. It's called Hip Parade. This one, we're going to be kind of just running down here. The most optimal route is actually going down the slime because you gain a little bit of momentum. So now I'm just going to run through these gates here. There's a lot of little obstacles, none of which you actually have to grab, though. So I should be relatively okay running through this.
Yeah, there are 2 uses for grabbing. You can grab other players to, stop them and heck with them a little bit, as well as grab objects, which you can use to bypass some obstacles. So.
That's right.
And use those donuts there to get an easy first. And that's another race without grabbing. So I'll take the first spot on the board.
Easy.
Yeah, and the difficulty of these challenges, because this is the first time I've seen this bingo board or any of these challenges, and some of them are fairly simple. It's going to be who reaches the designated level first, potentially, but a lot of them really are difficult. Like one of these, Find a Little Yeetie, is on the board. And Little Yeeties, there's a certain selection of maps where a while back, Mediatonic, the developers of the game, hid these tiny little hammers that don't actually do anything. It's kind of like an Easter egg to go find everything. And they only spawn on specific maps and specific variations of those maps. So it could be a while before we find one of those.
So on the topic of things that could have taken a while, if you look at the top left corner of the bingo board, we have pop 1 golden bubble. Now, there's only one level that you can actually get a golden bubble on,
Yep.
and it's the level that I just loaded into, which is Bubble Trouble.
Oh.
So these golden bubbles are worth 5 points, and they are obviously hard to get because they're going to be in like harder spots to reach, for instance. So I'm going to be bouncing over here, and I'm going to try to get to this one before this person, and I did get it. So it is a little bit of like a hard jump to hit, but that is how it would work.
And so you
All right,
just
so Chloe
just
opening
got
up with some good RNG.
Yeah.
See if
Yeah,
it
no kidding.
The
maintains.
RNG is definitely very dependent on Fall Guys bingo there. That's one of the big things that ends up coming from this often is, it really just depends on what levels you can get and what kind of bingo board you end up getting into. Each of these areas on Bubble Trouble typically have like their own little gimmicks. So like this one's got punchers, there's a fan in one area, and it's really just they'll alternate where the bubbles are spawning so you can actually get the points there.
Now, early on, since there's so many categories you can go for in a given rounds, but towards the end, we're likely going to see, I'm guessing, both of you start leaving shows that don't start the way you want them to, or leaving them earlier when you find out, it's like, oh, I don't need this final, I don't need whatever is in here, so I'm just going to stop and head out. One category here I'm
exactly.
looking at is the top right one. Earn between 400 and 450 kudos in an episode. This one's pretty interesting because the amount of kudos you get depend on how many levels you're playing, what levels you're playing, and how well you do in each level. So you're gonna have to do a whole bunch of math or coincidentally land in that range in order to take credit for that square.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where, so
All right,
race
so
levels.
I hate to cut you
oh,
off,
You go.
but I'm just going to
No,
go
fine.
ahead and jump off the side of the stage. I just eliminated myself on an elimination round.
Oh, and Dangers
There
is
you
on
go.
the
I
board.
see. I haven't even had one of those, so Dangers gets on the board. So all I was gonna say is that the thing about the kudos, think of it like your in-game currency. Outside of the crowns, there's 2 different ones. So it's the one that you get kind of just from playing the game, regardless if you win. And they're dictated based off of your medal count. So if you'll see in some of these games that we're getting where it'll show like a gold medal or a silver medal, and it'll say like top 20% or top 50% or something along those lines, those are actually what dictates how many kudos you get. So there's going to be certain, it's pretty much influenced by quantities of 35. So, you know, let's say Dangers and I were on the same level, and Dangers got a gold, I got a silver. So that would mean that Dangers got 35 kudos more than myself. So we used to actually host tournaments in the past that would dictate based off of those kudos, and you'd queue up together. So kudos counting used to be a really big thing back in the community.
And you're going to be counting kudos all night tonight, as we see on the bottom center. You have earned a total of 3,000 plus kudos.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's, the number's escaping me, but I think it's 735 kudos equals 1 win. So, or 1 win equals 735 kudos. So that's like a big thing to dictate to yourself there, whether or not it's, you know, don't push me in. I'm trying to wait for one of the last race levels. This person's trying to push me in here.
So, Chloe, in your mind, have you collected the necessary number of kudos? You think you're just trying to get the medal that gives you no kudos?
So there's, in the bottom right corner, there's a qualify last on race rounds twice in a row. So I'm waiting here so that I can try to get last. This person obviously just wants a hug, and you know, I'll give you your hug, but I'm very much trying not to get pushed in by them.
There's 8.
Yeah. Come on, go in before me. You can do it. Go. No! All right, I gotta go. Oh, I got it. I think I got it.
I saw on your screen that you finished last, so no. Being the arbiter of this match, I'm going to give you credit that was a last place finish.
All right, there we go.
And
So
I
that's
want
one
to
of my
make it
2. I
clear
still
for
have to do it in a row.
everybody, really quick. On the bingo board itself, we're gonna have red. Those will be the squares that Chloe on your left has collected, and then purple will be for Dangers on the right.
Okay.
El buen hombro.
Well,
We're having a little wave party.
woo! Little sounds that they always make. All right, so I have reached a final, and I'm on what's called Jump Showdown. Now, this is kind of where I've sort of made a name for myself, because it's a level that you can very easily kill people when the time comes. But the problem for me is that we have a win of finals without grabbing. So I'm going to be trying all that I can here to win this finals without actually grabbing, and it's going to feel very awkward for me.
Yeah, best of
I'm
luck.
out of my element here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
best of
One
luck.
person's already dead.
Yeah, normally I've seen Chloe on these jump showdowns. Like, you're seeing about twice as many beans that would be alive than a normal situation where she can grab. So,
I would start early and I would start fast.
now, I
Gotta get
do
'em out.
want to confirm, Danger, you did. I saw it, and we'll back you up. Finished last on that whirly gig.
I sure did.
The race is alive for who's going to finish last twice in a row.
I didn't get another race though, so that's a little bit annoying, but
Yeah, I'm in a final right now, so I gotta wait.
Now, does it count if the consecutive race rounds are far apart? Or does
So
it have to be
typically
two
we kind
consecutive
of
rounds?
have house rules with it. If you think, and that's really just determined because at the root of this is very much like a creation of myself and a couple other people in the community who have helped create Fall Guys Bingo. And we didn't want it to be too serious because we kind of wanted it to be a fun experience for everybody else to be able to enjoy. So I'll leave it up to you, fans, since you are the host here.
I think as long as you do it on the next race level you encounter, I think that's game. I think that's fair game.
All right, that works for me. God, I'm holding my controller with like my finger under the like right trigger button right now. You can see here because I'm so like afraid of myself grabbing that it's just so unnatural for me to like grip the controller this way, but it's just my preventative for actually trying to take these people out.
Now, Dangers is on a level lovingly known as Stomping Grounds, where these 3 rhinos attempt to knock you out of the ring. This one, we have a storied history on this level in particular. It's not a good one.
Sure do.
It is definitely in the bane of the competitive scene for many reasons. It's very RNG dependent, and the rhinos have very weird hitboxes. So Stomping Ground is a very frustrating level for a lot of people who have competitive games going on. And if you actually are unfamiliar, Fall Guys does have a very, honestly, like small but like niche competitive scene, where I kind of like to compare it in a way to draw parallels to the Smash Brothers Melee scene, because it's very grassroots in a sense that, Dangers and actually myself have hosted tournaments in the past, and we've crowdfunded the money in order to be able to actually host these events. So there's actually like a pretty well in-depth community behind actually competing in this game and hosting various type of events.
All right, down to 3 beans, one of them being Chloe here on Jump Showdown. No grabs. I'm the ref here. I'm going to throw out the yellow flag if I see any grabbing. Offensive foul. No credit allowed, but so far, she's playing clean.
I'm avoiding everybody. Gotta resist the temptation.
Yeah, I do want to mention every single level has a timeout. And you don't have to wait for everybody to be eliminated. On Jump Showdown, for example, after 5 minutes, whoever's alive will be considered the winner at that point. So games just don't go on for forever.
Yeah, especially because there's some instances in Jump Showdown where we won't have tiles that are connected like this. You could have it separated from across the side from each other. So, oh God, I threw. I made a rare mistake there and died.
So win a finals without grabbing is still on the board.
And that's 25 more kudos than I needed there. I had 475 kudos, and you needed to go between 400 and 450. So that's a very disappointing round, considering I was going for 2.5 minutes. But on to the next game there.
Peeking at Danger's screen here, looks like this snowball survival game has, had a great cost to the number of players. What happened here, Dangers?
Well, we had 2 survival games in a row. We had Stomping Grounds, and then we had Snowball Survival right afterwards. And those 2 games are famous for eliminating the entire lobby. So we're going into a final with 5 people right now.
Now, this is very interesting. We'll see what game Dangers gets here, but there is the category win a finals without grabbing. There is one final where it is incredibly difficult to do that. And that is, of course, Royal Fumble, which we're not going to see here today.
This is probably one of the better finals for potentially winning without grabbing, because there's no reason to grab anybody. Grabbing others,
grabbing the crowd count.
I would say grabbing the count does not count. I think that's where we can draw the line there.
All right. So we can successfully win by grabbing the crown only.
Exactly.
So as Dangers goes through here, this is a lot of RNG is involved in Fall Guys, and this level is no exception. You have to go through doors with no tells which one's the correct, and you're finding your way through the maze, and whoever gets there first wins. There are multiple paths that can go back on each other, but we'll see if Dangers can pull it off.
There are some consistencies that you can actually get in Lost Temple. For instance, so obviously the entire level itself is divided into a square, and they each have their own individual rooms. So the very middle one that would lead to the finals is actually a door that you can never run through. So you always have that information about whether or not you're going to come from the left or the right of it. It kind of just minimizes how many doors you have to check when the time comes.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dangers there got hecked by a loop-de-loop going back on itself, resulting in a dead end, which not much you can do about it.
Nope.
Yeah, kind of just happens.
Like we said, Fall Guys is unfortunately RNG at times, and much to the dismay of the competitive scene, it gets quite frustrating at times to play on a level like Lost Temple, where there's really no consistency as to why or how you can get through the level.
Now, Chloe's on a little bit of a challenging level to finish last on, because there's no stable spot to stand right in front of the finish line. So you're gonna have to time it well, do your counting, and make sure nobody flies in behind you.
Yeah, so you can see me, I'm like watching the qualified counter in the top right of my screen while also trying to watch people coming down next to me, just so that I can sort of keep an eye there.
It's also really hard to do in these opening rounds where there's just so many beans.
Yeah, unfortunately. I just knocked down that person. That impacted things. All right.
All right, she did it.
We were able to pull that off.
That was
Nicely
close.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you keep track of your kudos counts, everybody, as a reminder.
Yeah. Normally what helps is that, so I actually kind of do this. It's either a weekly or bi-weekly challenge where I will challenge another person of the Fall Guys community, and we'll do a 1v1 in bingo, and typically we'll put like a couple subs on the line, just just for the entertainment purposes. But the difference between here and my stream is I had chat pretty much take care of everything for me. I was able to be really lazy, and chat would just tell me the things that I did or the things that I needed to finish. So now I actually have to keep in mind everything on my own. Alrighty here. Is there anything I can do on this level? Not
Let's see. I'm
really.
just reading through the bingo board right now.
I mean, this is the one thing I can try here. Let's see if I can pull it off. Nope. All right, I'm not going to do it. So what I was going to try to do is earn a gold on a race without jumping. So I was kind of trying to dive through this level. And if you don't know, it's ski fall, ski fall. You're kind of going down this icy slope here, and you get points based off of the quantity of the hoop. So the bronze is 1, the silver is 2, and the golds are 5. So you just have to get 15 points.
Solid second place.
Yeah, which is actually good because there is earn at least 3 silver medals in an episode. So at the very least, again, silver medal is the top 20%. So pretty much if you don't get first in this situation, you want to get 20% of whatever the... I forget if it's how many people were in the level at the start. So it would be 20% of 40 and not 20% of 24, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not the mathematician with this thing.
Now, interestingly, thus far, we have not seen a single team game. And I do like this category of earn a silver medal from a team round. So you can't lose, but you can't win either. So you got to finish just right.
So
and you have
there
a whole
actually
bunch of teams
is
to
an
work
earn a
with.
gold medal from a team round. So we have both of them in there.
Oh.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
So see who manages to reach a team round first.
I will say what I am surprised about is that, so there is the one challenge here, which is land and progress from 10 big Edises. So the big Edis is a hammer that would typically propel you forward if you jump into it and get a good enough angle. I haven't seen a single one of those yet, and there's a good amount of levels that have them there, so I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, that one's going to be one that we're going to be sitting on for a while, I think.
Yeah,
So see
I
if you
can
can get to the
imagine.
6 big Edises first, because both of them are on the board. Like some of
There's a
these
6 and a 10
challenges
there,
are
yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones is actually qualify from Lily Leapers without reaching the ground. So Lily Leapers is a level in which you have a bunch of lily pads that you're going to bounce on, and you kind of progress through the finish line. And the speedrunners, when I say speedrunners, the people who just like to run through these levels and sort of have a timer, are the ones that will constantly zoom through that entire level without ever hitting the ground, and it's really fun to watch. We actually do have a not so much like a dedicated speedrun community, but there is somebody a part of the community by the name of Devil Squirrel, and they made a tracker that will actually log the files that we have there, and it sort of tracks our timer and tracks our ability to see how fast we're going, so we can actually calculate PBs and things like that. So we actually do have somewhat of a light speedrun competition that we do because, you know, people can see what times people have, and we kind of see who can get world records and things like that.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know about you, Dangers. I'm on an egg scramble right now, so there's probably nothing too exciting that I have going on here.
Potential medal for you, though.
True. It is the all golds one, which is a rare variant. I actually feel like I haven't seen this in a while. It's also super close here, so okay,
Yeah, we'll
teammate,
see.
don't grab
So
me.
either just qualifying from this gets you another spot on the board.
Yeah. And based off of, so on Egg Scramble, these gold eggs are normally worth 5, and the white and like orange speckled eggs are worth 1. The thing is that normally you have like the inverse amount of gold eggs to white eggs. This is a variant that gives like only gold eggs. So the scores are going to be highly fluctuating because the gold eggs are worth 5 points here.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this poor astronaut bean just get the crap beat out of him on
Absolutely
Freezy Feet here.
annihilated. Yeah.
Oh, will they make it? I don't think it's enough. Good effort. They survived. They walked away from that. Wow.
All right, and I got a gold medal on a team round.
There you go.
Awesome.
You're crushing it right now, Chloe.
Definitely good start. But I've learned from the past of events that I've hosted of Fall Guys Bingo that just because I've had a good start doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to a win. Because obviously getting the easy ones down doesn't necessarily mean you can clutch it out with the ones that are going to get it more difficult throughout the time.
Right.
Fair.
I can't wait for the first person to get big fans, because that's where the true chaos is going to happen.
There's one challenge that I've had in the past that's honestly like one of the more harder ones to do on big fans, and it's complete big fans without jumping, using checkpoint manipulation, or just like falling off entirely. So your only option is to dive and walk forward. And it's actually like a very difficult challenge to try to get through big fans, pretty much only diving in like one shot.
Now, Dangerous is on a level called Tiptoe, which is quite fun.
Yes.
What's going on here, Dangerous?
So Tiptoe, it's, you know, the floor is fake for the most part, and we're just trying to find the real one, a pathway through. I have to pay attention to the tiles at the end here.
Are you doing any counting, any eliminations here?
What I am doing on purpose is getting a silver medal for the 3rd time this episode, which means that I can check
Ooh.
off a box.
Oh, look at that. Well done, Dangerous.
I literally got a silver medal in this episode and then proceeded to forget about it after. There's my ADHD brain for you.
We all understand, Chloe.
Yeah. Look, when you gotta multitask 20 different challenges right now, it's hard to remember everyone that you're working on.
Okay, basketball. So we have a team game over here as well.
Yeah.
Now, in games like when there's like 3 teams, they'll have a gold medal for first, a silver medal for second, and then an elimination for the last team. When it's a 2v2 or like a 1v1 situation where there's like 2 teams playing against each other, you get medals based on like how well you perform against the other team. So we have to score a certain amount of baskets if I want to get a silver medal in this team game.
Now, how many baskets is that for a silver medal?
That's
There's a
great
range.
question. Chloe, do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's 10. So I think
10
it's 5 for a
baskets.
bronze, 5 to 9 is bronze, 10 to 19 is silver, and 20 plus would be gold medal.
All right, so Dangerous, in addition to just wanting to qualify for the round, because there's a couple finals only challenges we can complete, gonna try and get to that score range and then play defense for the other team to ensure no more goals go in.
You gotta play damage control after trying to ruin the lives of the other beans.
I will say, as a solo player, this is a lot harder than it sounds, especially with this many
Ooh.
teams.
Okay, so I'm loading into a hexagon now, which there is at least one challenge that I can go for on this, but it will break my heart because it's getting 2nd place, which means I have to throw.
It's not as easy as it sounds either.
Yeah, it
Yep.
isn't.
All right, that's
9.
8 points. That is 9 points. Plenty of time to get at least one more, but then the true challenge is going to be limiting how many it is. And there, Dangerous, are you starting to think about, sabotaging your own team so you don't score too many more?
A little bit. It's tough though because I don't want them to overtake us in score either. So I have to be kind of careful.
This is a precarious situation, but just a few more seconds to last. Can he do it?
As long as we don't
Go
get
over to this
scored
hexagon
on.
later after we get here, but I think that may be enough.
Yes. Let's go.
Dangers has done it. Carefully manipulating the score to ensure a silver medal on basketball. GG Dangers.
That was
now while
like
your game is
very
loading.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah, this is insane. I love it. We have hexagon here, which Chloe already mentioned. Her goal is to get second place, which is very difficult.
Yeah, it definitely is right now, especially with the amount of space that's happening here. But I think I can pull this off pretty successfully here. I just need to have this other person die. Yep, and then I just jump right off there. So awesome. I was kind of looking down there, so I didn't get to unfortunately show a lot of hexagon. But hexagon is probably one of those like highest skill capped levels where there's a lot of skill expression that you can have there between being able to make your jumps and how far you can actually stretch yourself and how long you can stall on there. So in the future, I hope that I can show one of those off there because I think hexagon is still probably one of my favorite levels in this game. And like when I watch people play it, I try to load back up Fall Guys because it's always exciting.
All right, very good. Now, Dangers is also on a hexagon here. And there
That's right.
is a win of finals without grabbing, which, this is a pretty, it's very possible for this
It's a pretty good
to-
final for that situation. Yeah, like you can get cheeky and grab in this. It's a pretty risky maneuver to do. So, you only do it if you feel like you absolutely need to. But in this case, I think I'll probably be okay to just try and like jump and dive and win that way. And I'm already in a situation where this looks like it could be pretty good for me. So we'll see.
I will say something to note. Because I lost that final, I actually ended with 405 kudos. So I was able to mark off earn between 400 and 405 kudos in an episode.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Very nice. All right, now these low qual hexes that Dange is on right now, they often go to the final layer because it's difficult for everything to be eliminated. But they are being pretty friendly, at least giving them some time to work with.
Looks like everybody's leaving this blue layer for me, which is quite nice of them.
How
Apparently, people have been
considerate.
saying the lobbies are kind of feeling pretty good lately. There's just something about that. Like people were saying that they've been watching a lot of hexagon games and they've been feeling a lot easier than recent. I think it's because there's a lot of people that are in the alternate shows right now. So there's actually a Halloween event going on in Fall Guys where there's a little jack-o'-lantern skin that you can get and that you can play alternate shows right now that'll help you do challenges that sort of help you unlock the skin. It's a pretty cute skin overall. I think you'll see it throughout the games watching some of us play.
Now, Dangers, that is a big gift of purple hexes you got there.
It sure is, yep. I just kind of have to hope that they all run each other out on the bottom layer, and this should be in the bag.
They're doing their best to run, but there is one guy over there I see that has quite a bit. Can the other?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see
yeah, they
that
can reach
they're-
each other. Oh, baby.
Oh, I think they just brought each other down. Wait, there's one more still. Okay, and they're kind of just running around. So now I have to be kind of careful, and they're going to have all this space to run to, and I have to pick like an opportune moment to maybe cut them off. There we go, just like that. Cool.
Well done, Dangers. That is a win of
finals.
finals without grabbing on the board.
That's right.
And that's one of your 2 crowns from a season 1 final.
That's true, yep.
Still plenty of challenges to go.
You're also definitely ahead of me on the kudo count now because
Yeah,
obviously you
I was
got
gonna
a
say,
crown.
because finals give you, or I guess wins give you a lot of kudos, so...
Yeah.
As we're going through these next shows, getting to some of the levels for these challenges, Chloe, we talked a little bit. We've been going for a while. Where can we find you?
So I am on pretty much all forms of social media at Beginning, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Beginning. About 95% of my content these days is Fall Guys related content. Sometimes I like to do community stuff, like I've been helping people with the Trick or Treat Challenge. I'll also host Fall Guys Bingo myself. I also host some events and tournaments in Fall Guys myself, where they're going to be on like a smaller scale thing, but I very much feel very ingrained in the Fall Guys community, so I try to do a lot there.
And I guess Danger, same question over to you.
Twitch.tv/Dangers. You know, some regulars to the Games Done Quick broadcast probably have seen my face around a couple of times. I'm a Mario speedrunner, but
Just a little bit, yeah.
yeah, maybe just a couple
Here's your
times.
weekly appearance.
Here I am. Last one for a little while, actually. So if you do want to watch my content, twitch.tv/Dangers. And yeah, I know both of these fine individuals from the Fall Guys experience and stuff. When this game came out, it kind of brought all of us together. So
Yeah, it's quite funny for me because I don't come from a traditional speedrunning background, and you know, you have friends like Dangers, like Fantier, and a bunch of others that we've actually seen on GDQ or that are in like our circle of friends that are just big speedrunners, and it almost felt like I was able to sort of find a little niche home with everyone else there, even though I don't traditionally run the games myself. It's nice to sort of be able to get to know all of you and sort of get to know the games that you run in a different way than I would have known in the past.
absolutely.
Well, Chloe, I'm glad we were able to get you on the show here today because this is exciting. I don't know about you, chat, but are you having a good time? Because I'm having a great time watching this.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you inviting me here, Fan. I'll be a little honest. I very much was dealing with a lot of like anxiety and anticipation for this. I was very excited for this opportunity, but I was very nervous because obviously this is a much bigger thing than I've done in the past, and I obviously wanted to make it a good show for people. So hopefully everyone does enjoy themselves here, as I'm actually going to be on a Lily Leapers, which is a challenge in itself.
All right, well, you know, best way to deal with anxiety, you know, chat, you know you love Chloe, you love Dangers. Type 1 if you strongly support Chloe here, rooting for Chloe to win today. Type 2 if you're on Team Dangers. I want to see a split. No, I wonder if we could put like a channel point bet here. Who will win, Chloe or Dangers?
I was attempting to win that roll on without jumping. Unfortunately, just came up short, but
I am attempting to complete Lily Leapers without touching the ground.
oh, you got a Lily Leapers. Yeah, there's a couple on the board for that.
Okay. Not only is it without touching the ground, but I also got a gold on that, so that's pretty good.
That's 2 squares there.
Well, I did have to jump initially, so it's not going to be the gold without jumping.
Oh, but it is earn a gold medal on Lily Leapers. So,
Oh,
yep, that's on the board.
alrighty.
You know,
Wouldn't
I'm
have even noticed
seeing-
that.
I'm seeing a lot of 2s, but equally the same amount of 1s. So both of you have a lot of support here today. So don't worry about Chloe. You're doing great. We're
Nah.
happy to have you. I'm sure
No,
chat
it's
is as
okay.
well.
99% of you can go support Dangers. It's fine. I get it. He's a good burb. I wouldn't honestly like having Dangers playing bingo with me is something that I've obviously wanted to do for a little bit now. You know, I've been friends with you for a year now, and you know, it's just not. I always enjoy gaming with you, so being able to do it on a stage like GDQ is honestly pretty surreal to me.
Yeah, it's super
So
fun.
wholesome.
That race just
try to
timed
be.
out, by the way. So that's
Ooh.
a square for me.
Look at that.
Take that one for free.
No, we bookended 3 hours here to do some bingo. At the rate you two are going, you know, we have to make a game 2.
It's definitely
I would be
gonna
down
start
for a game
slowing
too
down.
if that's the case.
It's
But
definitely
yeah,
gonna start
things
slowing down
probably
as we
will
get
slow.
to the end here.
Yeah. You know, for instance, I still don't know about you. I still have yet to see any sort of big Yeetus here, and I'm only getting my first right now, so that one's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yep.
Now, I propose no question. We have Fruit Shoot, where there are 2 Yeetuses, but the bingo board is only 1 per Yeetus. Can you progress on one and just run back and go to the other one?
So I would say no. I've been of the feeling that if it is on the same level, outside of a few circumstances like Night Fever, I would probably call it no. But like these are pretty much the same Yeet. They pretty much do the same things. They're just on different sides of the map. So I would probably go off of no there.
And just to remind everybody coming in, we're playing Fall Guys Blackout Bingo featuring Chloe on your left and Dangers on your right. On the bingo board, the fancy bingo board we got there on the lower end of the screen, the red squares represent Chloe and the purple squares represent Dangers. Kind of on brand for you, Dangers. I know
Absolutely.
you like color.
I wouldn't have had it any other way. Dangers being purple makes it very fitting.
It's a very good color.
Yeah. Also, somebody in the chat is asking, are the tasks equal? Yes, so we're sharing the same board right now. And so the 25 challenges here are the same ones for both Dangers and I. So it's really just whoever can complete more of them in the allotted time, or it would be, in theory, first to 13.
I'm still waiting for that big fans to show up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised we haven't seen one yet.
Honestly, me too.
And one thing I'm also amazed at is that neither of you have seen more than one team game.
That's also true. Yep.
Yeah.
Both of you have one in the books, and that bottom left quarter qualified from team rounds 2 times. We're still waiting on that. But you somehow managed to sync up a little bit. Both of you doing a Penguin pool party. Have fun.
Are we in the
block
same
party.
game?
Oh, wait, never mind. I was looking at the wrong screen. Ignore me.
It's okay. I'm just gonna carry my little sherbet down the slide here while I qualify. Nice and easy first place for me. And 11. So the thing about the qualification numbers here are you can kind of gauge what levels you're going to get based off of the amount of qualifications. So for instance, if you ever have a level qualify with 9 is an automatic final in a main show game because there's no game mode that you can get outside of a final that you would get with 9 people. So you can sort of figure out what levels you're going to get over time based off of playing, and you can kind of predict what you're going to see. So for me, I'm going to have 11 here, and it's probably likely that I could get a final, but I could also get into something like a tiptoe perhaps, depending on how the game wants to go for RNG here. So it's really all dependent right now.
Now, Dangers, I can't help but notice that the lighting situation in your room looks quite amazing.
It's very otherworldly, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Is it
a
that time of the day for you where you just have the sun like peeking in right on you?
there's like a bronze windowed building across the way that like during this hour of the day the sun just shines right off of it and into my window, and this dramatic effect is the result. So
Looks good on you. Well done.
hey, thank you.
What convenient bronze windows.
Oh, great.
Adds a
I-
nice tan.
Oh no, Dangers.
You hate to see that, dude. Little desync there, 215. No, I need less than that. That's
Oh, so close.
I keep forgetting to like try to like manipulate that one there in my brain. I'm like, 150, 200? No, I'm not gonna go for that. I want to get the wins. I want to put on a show for the chat. I gotta get these finals wins.
Yeah, sometimes Block Party can be very unforgiving. You have a lot of beans going through a very small area. Sometimes the physics just gets in the way and not much you can do about it.
All right, so I am now loading into a Lost Temple myself. So let's see if the RNG favors me or the field here. Also, I'm sitting at approximately 900 kudos right now. So if I win this, that'll be a nice boost for myself.
for sure.
Yeah, I think right now, I don't think this final goes for any other category. I could be misreading here. Since it's
Yeah,
not a
it
season 1
shouldn't.
final, so this is just for kudos. Did you?
But
Oh my-
I did kind of
Chloe,
just learn the lore.
That was disgusting. Good.
There is nobody ever close
hashtag
to me
good
right now.
RNG right there.
Wow.
I pretty much had an entire room's worth of space right there.
Yeah,
So
the RNG
I
in
will
your
say there
favor
are
today.
some things that I typically try to go for. There really isn't any rhyme or reason other than past experience, but I feel like more often than not, I have a habit of needing to check like the wall, the sides of the wall there. Also an all gold game, but I typically check the sides of the wall because I always end up getting a split path typically and end up like hitting the dead end because I didn't stick to the side. So it's a very, it's very much like my own mental thing just to check that side there. so that was 1375 kudos, which brings me up to about 2200.
Yeah, so that is a crown away from taking that. But Dangers, do we have a count for your kudos at the current time?
Probably around 1600.
I would say that's probably about right there. Because I have about I have like a game's, like a, probably about a game I'd say ahead because you had eliminated yourself once or twice. So those two games kind of add up to one. I don't know. At the root of it, again, it's for fun, so I'm not going to make you be exact on it. You know, I'll take your word for it that you're at 1600.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I rarely actually go for the kudo one because I don't want to keep count. I kind of default to giving it to somebody else.
Someone else could get it.
I almost won that Lily Leapers without jumping, but somebody was just in front of me.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now here.
Yeah, it is not just qualify without jumping, it is win the round without jumping.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part here, especially with some of the variants that you can get on Lily Leapers right now. So, like, I had, like, a nice momentum, but unfortunately, the lily pads just weren't being friendly to me.
That was a high quality bonk there. Thankfully, the beans in this game are very durable.
Damn it! I messed up twice now. I had a chance at my gold, but I kind of threw it away there. Unfortunate. Well, at least I can jump, but I'm not going to need it right now.
Nice attempts.
That's okay.
Lily Leapers always takes forever to finish. This is one of the harder ones for people who aren't very used to the controls of this game, so
Yeah.
you tend to be
It's
here
also
for quite
one
a
of the
while.
few levels that we have that still times out at 5 minutes, which is rare for a race level to have. I'm really hoping that Mediatonic ends up actually lowering the timer for this because they've done that in the past, and sometimes you just sit here for way too long, and it gets quite boring when you just watch people dive into a wall repeatedly or jump into the bottom of a lily pad because they can't time their jump.
Dangers, I think I completely missed it. When did you get the race round timeout? Or the
It was
timeout?
it was a roll-on a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best one to get it on because roll-on has a 2-minute timeout. So it's very often times, especially if you get it like round 1, that people will have roll-on just end up missing like maybe like 5 or 6 people, but regardless, that's still a timeout.
Yeah.
Now, Chloe, what challenge are you currently going for or targeting in your mind?
So I'm not close on anything really right now outside of a chance at the earn 150 to 200 kudos in an episode, which I could try to manipulate for, but at the root of it, I feel like I should probably go for the kudos right now. So I'll probably try to earn a total of 3,000 plus kudos.
I got a question in
Which,
chat of who
yeah.
is red and who is purple. Well, red would be Chloe, aka beginning on the left side of your screen. And then purple is one and only Burb, Dangers on the right
That's
side.
me.
That's him. It's his color.
It is his color. Did you pick that or was that just RNG?
No, I picked it.
No, you
yeah.
can pick it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. There's some people that I kind of have like just assumed they're going to take that color based off of who they are when I play with them. And I knew that Dangers was just going to go for the purple one as soon as I saw that it was an option. And you know, I love that for him.
There's a lot of beans right here. Holy moly.
That is a lot of beans.
Speaking of a lot of beans, I finally had enough beans qualify that I can actually get through this level. I was sitting on that Lily Leapers for a while.
Okay.
Again,
All
for
right, so
everybody
what can we
coming in,
get
you're
here?
watching Game Masters on the GDQ Hotfix, where we showcase, games that, may not necessarily be considered your standard speed game. Going
This
over
is a
Fall
good one for
Guys
me.
Lockout Bingo today. You said this was good for you, Chloe. Explain why.
Yeah.
I know why.
Because you can there's a bingo space here for qualify on slime climb without jumping. So we finally are loading into a slime climb. Now I just have to simply get through without ever using my jump button, which
There you go.
isn't the worst because there's only like 1 or 2 instances where jumping really feels absolutely necessary. Obviously, it's not the speed run way to be able to avoid jumping here, but it's the way to get the bingo board, and I want the bingo board.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like you're getting quite lucky with your spaces there.
Yeah, I think getting the Lily Leapers before you definitely impacted things a little bit.
But here's an opportunity for Dangers, being the first to be on a second team game. So if he can just qualify from this, that is another square on the board.
Correct.
Still gotta make it through here, though, and it's getting kind of rough right now with these people.
So Slime Climb's an interesting level where as long as you just make it to the end, you qualify.
Yeah, it's
In
honestly,
a
it's
designated
one of-
time, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Like the timer goes for, I want to say, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but you never have to stress outside of so slime climb. If you look down here, there's obviously like the slime rising, and it makes it very difficult for people to get through here. But you don't have to worry about trying to outrun certain people. The only thing you have to do is just kind of out survive the slime there. So it's one less mental note that you kind of have to go through, which obviously some people might not be able to handle because, you know, it's one of those things that it's obviously easier said than done, but it is still something to keep in mind. All right, looky here, Dino. I need you to move. All right.
And Chloe has done it, qualified via slime climb without jumping. Now Dangers appears to be in good shape here. Just about 12 more seconds left before answering back with a square of his own.
Ooh.
Just got to qualify from this team game, and I don't think that anything can really happen to make that not happen. So there we go.
What's the team game that you're on right now?
Hoops. Just a
Ooh.
little hoops.
Good old hoops. Probably my favorite team game, honestly.
Heavy disagree on my part. A lot of the team games
Valid.
are not great, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
that much is true.
I think
But no
volleyball's
love
still
for
got a place in my
hoarders?
heart. Oh, no.
No love for hoarders. I don't even think it's in main show anymore. I think you could only see it in like trios games at this point. Alrighty, so I should be going into a final here. What am I gonna get? Another Lost Temple. Oh boy.
All right,
Another
Chloe,
final
can
that
your-
doesn't impact.
Can your good luck last 2 rounds in a row? That was incredible last Lost Temple. Just
Yeah, I
you
pretty much only checked one door wrong.
You saw the code, Chloe. You saw the code.
I had Mediatonic in my back pocket. They showed me the diagram, the schematics, and I was able to run straight through it. So
Oh,
let's see if we
like
can
we're
do it
like we're
again
playing
here.
Metroid Prime. We're looking up the maze. See what pattern we get. Put it into the computer.
Exactly.
One
I
of
don't
my
know why I
favorite
was trying to play
aspects
it
of
in my
any
head like I
speedrun.
didn't have to jump. All right. Not as lucky that time. Now I have to hope that the smoothie cup here doesn't know where they're going. And it looks like they don't.
Nice.
Let's see here. Is it forward? All right, well, I chose wrong. I went for the 50-50 and the 50-50 failed me.
They could still mess up.
They can, and I whiffed. You have to go for that double dive there in order to even give yourself a shot with how far you are, but the dive to hit that small pad is such a precise dive
Yeah.
that I've only ever really hit it like one time.
Hexagon again.
All right.
If you
so
win this,
Dangers
that's
can
the second final in
capitalize.
season 1.
You know, another crown here would not only get him close to that 3,000 kudos, but also another square for winning 2 crowns and finals from season 1. So the season 1 finals, we've only seen 2 of them thus far. That is Hexagon, which Dangers is playing right now, a Jump Showdown, which Chloe played earlier, and of course we have Fall Mountain, which is yet to be seen, and Royal Fumble, which is also yet to be seen. So if we see those, I'll mention it.
Yeah, and Royal Fumble is probably the least likely to see because it's a level that you can only get when you have 6 or fewer people. So the percentage chance of getting it obviously dictates based off of how many people get eliminated in prior rounds to be able to see it there.
Now, make no mistake, winning Hexagon, especially these days, is very difficult.
Yeah, it comes with challenges for sure. There's a lot of like strategic moving that I have to do, and I have to. It's like playing a game of like live action chess almost. You kind of have to be thinking of your opponent's moves, and you also have to be thinking of your own and plan accordingly.
Yeah, it's like live action chess, except you have, you know, a third, fourth, or fifth player that will just come in at any moment with the chair and ruin your day.
There's a famous clip back when the three of us were still competing from a Fall Mania tournament where I'm on a hexagon and another bean just kind of falls from the sky, literally like they just dropped a chair on me, and I just fall into the ragdoll mode and proceed to lose the game because of that.
I remember that.
We don't need to go into detail about the audio that comes from it, just the clip.
Okay, those words will not be uttered here.
Alrighty, so I'm running on a
this
roll
is getting
right now.
something. We're down to the final layer, and anything can happen because everybody is still alive in this hex, at least at the time I saw it. So, best of luck, Dangerous.
No yeet on this
Oh,
level,
that's no
unfortunately.
good. Yeah, that's there's nothing I can do there. I just
Nice
picked
attempt.
wrong.
Yeah, that was
I
rough.
just picked wrong.
The coin flip failed you there.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
All right, so we're now about 52 minutes in, so I will say we're gonna let Dangerous finish this show, and Chloe, you finish this show since we're kind of lined up here, and we'll go into a break, short break after that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Hope everyone in the chat has been enjoying this right now.
Type 1 if you are enjoying the Fall Guys content here today. I want to see the ones. The ones make me happy. Anybody who's on my stream regular, I always ask for ones in chat. You know, it's easy to type. Everybody knows what a one is. When the chat just fills with ones, it fills me with immeasurable joy.
And then you have somebody like me who would likely just type 7.
Type 7, yeah. There's always one of those. Okay, you know, I only want to see ones. If you type other than one, I'm gonna be sad.
We don't
Don't
want
make
the
fans
fan
sad.
to
You
be
don't want to
sad
make me
here.
sad.
This is his first episode of Game Masters.
I'm
You don't want to
watching. The
make him
ones are
sad on
coming
his
in.
inaugural episode. There
Oh,
we
there's so
go.
many ones. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, chat.
Things you love to see. Fans happy.
All right, I saw a 3. Unbelievable. And there's the 7, of course. Now everybody's. Hey, hang on. That was right. I know that. That was right when chat delay capped out. Now there's more 7s than 1s. Thanks, Chloe.
You're welcome. I caused this.
You took over. You took over the chat. Thank you.
I mean, I am one of the runners today. Sometimes I can influence a chat.
Richard, not you too. Shout out to Richard for restreaming today's Hotfix show, by the way.
Always a pleasure, Richard. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Richard's been a huge help for Fall Guys tournaments in the past, along with obviously restreaming things in general with GDQ. I know he's helped you, Dangerous. He's helped me in that in the past. So, again, big shout outs to Richard. Does this level do anything for me?
Where's
No,
the-
I don't think so anymore.
Where's the music? Hello?
What level are you on?
Treetop Tumble.
You must have had the same thing that happens with Seesaw, where just sometimes if there's too much collision, you just lose your music entirely. It's
It was
very,
like right at the beginning. Like it didn't even start with music.
that's weird then.
All right, I finally got a
Very
yeet,
ominous.
So that's cool.
That was a cool one. Right into the slide.
If there is one on this slime scraper, I'm gonna go for it, even if it is risky. I need my yeets. Gotta make it entertaining.
Yeah, so Dangerous, that's at least 1. Chloe, I know you got one earlier from a fruit shoot. Are we tied 1 at 1?
Yeah, I'm still only at 1. There was no yeet for me to go for here, sadly. I'm gonna be mean.
Oh,
Push that
Chloe, how
block
could
there.
you? Blocking off the pathway just because you can.
when you have the lead, you gotta take advantage sometimes, you know? But this one person running with me, it completely ignored my little determined detour.
They saw through the trap, through the facade. Now they're on their way to earning a gold medal. Good on them.
Well, I might as well make it entertaining.
Oh, I
for
see what
here.
you're doing, Chloe.
Yeah. Let's just make it entertaining for the chat, shall we?
So this is what Chloe loves to do, and that is just ruin everyone's day. It's like, oh, I made it to the top of Slime Scraper, and now you see the person with the eggshell hat coming in, and it's like,
the final boss music starts
go
playing.
do that again.
Ooh, that person got past me. All right, hang on, I got this person.
Is that the person that passed you earlier?
No, it's just the Halloween skin that just came out recently. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get like directly in front of them so I can sort of full hold them and drag them backwards, but they're not giving me... Oh, okay. That works too. And down they go. Look at them. Will they come back? And nope.
Nope, that was an elimination right there.
And, oh, they lived. Unlucky.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, I think it's the last one there. But I will not be last place. Yeah.
So what Chloe did there was ensure that the next final is going to be small. There are only 4 players remaining.
So we could end up getting a level called Button Bashers because this would happen so early that there's a chance that it would go into a Button Bashers with 4 people, which is kind of like a 1v1 arena, which is actually a super cool level, so I hope we can see it.
Yeah, it turns it, in this situation, it would actually just turn it into a mini tournament. 2 1v1s into a 1v1.
We're gonna get a Fall Mountain instead.
All right.
Which I haven't won on a Season 1 level prior to now, so if I win this, it's not gonna end up getting that board space there. But there is a yeet that I can go for. So, Fall Mountain is pretty much like the iconic level when you would like see Fall Guys related trailers and stuff like that at the early part of the game. It is just a pretty much straight line mountain with a bunch of obstacles. If you remember like the Nickelodeon show Guts, it's kind of like the aggro crag at the end there where you're kind of just running up there. There's a bunch of obstacles being thrown at you and you're trying not to fall over like I just did. And so the objective is to get to that crown at the very end there. And I'm gonna go for what is that little hammer there. There's actually a timing that you can do with it where there's this line right here, and if you line yourself up and go flat with it, your back is gonna hit it. If you get 50%, you're gonna go straight up and you're gonna be able to grab the crown just like that.
Very good. So Chloe, I think that probably gets you to 3,000 kudos there.
Yeah, I would say that probably gets me to 3,000 kudos.
GG's.
And that would be a second yeet that I was able to take there, so I can start building up on that a little bit.
All right, so we're gonna just so we can time the time for a break, we're gonna have you pause as we all root on Dangers to finishing out the last show of before the break.
Sounds good to me.
The score currently stands, if I'm doing my counting correctly. You have 11 squares for Chloe, 6 squares for Dangers.
I think that would be correct there. So, I mean, I've been in situations like this where I have had a lead and it's still easily been able to almost get tied up 11-11 there just based off of how RNG can be. So I wouldn't necessarily count Dangers out here because I've lost these situations in the past before.
Open another
we'll
Yeetus opportunity.
That's true.
This level Fruit Chutes used to be quite annoying to qualify from. Then they added these hammers, they call them the Big Yeetus, that launches you at a great distance, and you can use it to bypass most of the level. And, oh, I like this. I like what Dangers is going for here. Trying to get into this without jumping.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get the win, though, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my jump. But I do have to use the yeet because we got to get those yeets, so...
True.
And, dodging the watermelon.
Blueberry to the face. Okay, everything's fine. All we got to do is qualify.
It's okay. Sometimes you need that fruit. God knows I don't eat enough fruit in my day. Eat your blueberries.
Okay. So probably have two
All right,
more
so-
games.
Yep, 18 remaining here.
Yeah, you might even get like another team game there with 18. It's kind of one of the more common ones to get because you can get not only a fall ball or a basketball, which is a 2-team game, but you can also get 3-team games with it. So it's a number that typically leads to a team game overall.
Be nice to see an egg siege because that's a little Yeety for free.
True. That is the one level that you always will have a little Yeety on.
No such luck this time.
What did you end up getting under Dangerous?
Bubble trouble.
Well, so ignore everything that I said about the 18 being a team game because that didn't matter.
Well, the 18 can go to a team game, but we just don't.
Yeah.
Right, what's the business? Okay, we can go here.
The way this game works is 2 areas at a time, essentially. Out of the little mini arenas around the map, we'll have bubbles. And wow, that was a nice dive to get that gold one.
Yeah, it worked out all right for me. Oh, now this place is empty as soon as I come over here. Love that.
That's how it always goes, doesn't it?
Yep.
And in an area, they'll spawn for a short period as well. I don't know how many seconds or how many different bubbles that spawn in each given place, but it's a little odd.
Could go for the gold, but I just need one, so I'm gonna go over here.
Greed it, greed it, greed it.
Now we're good.
Go, go for the 19 out of 15.
Got a style on them.
So now I'm just kind of hoping for a season 1 final at this point.
Yeah. Let's see Danger's got a jump showdown chat. That would be a fun one to see before our break.
Yeah, you wouldn't be limited by any challenges either. You just use to win. All right, down to 11. So doesn't have to be a final, though it is likely.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably likely at this point to get one.
Yeah, it's like
What final is it going to
5.
be? Is it going to be one that Dangers needs?
Nope.
Lost Temple?
Yeah.
Lost Temple.
Yeah. My 11 also had a Lost Temple there, so I know your pain.
We'll see how it goes. The crown
Yeah.
doesn't really mean anything anymore, but might as well just try and win.
Win
It's the last
for
game
chat.
before the break. Win it for the chat.
Win it for
before the
chat.
break.
Exactly. May the RNG gods ever be in my favor.
It's left.
All right, listen to Chloe. And Chloe was wrong. Chloe's trying to sabotage.
Wow.
Either I'm being nice and a good friend or I'm being sabotaging. There was really no winning that for me.
Oh, man.
Oh, no way, dude. Let's go.
What was that?
Oh, I just flopped my way to victory, baby. Let's go.
That was incredible.
Sometimes you gotta
Dangers.
flop for the win.
All right, we're going to pause the timer there as we go into the break. But crowns or first place in chat for Danger. Wow, what a victory. Just rolling over that wolf to get to the crown first. Well done. Anyway, as we go into our break, first I want to remind everybody that if you missed out on any GDQ Hotfix show, be sure to check out the archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you're already watching on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to check out our live shows. We start most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. While you're there, Hotfix is funded in part thanks to your subscriptions and bits. So please consider subscribing to help support future Hotfix content. And, I got to do this. And Chloe, I think I'll give you the honors of doing this. Do you know anything about Twitch Prime, Chloe?
I do actually. So now chat, get ready for this. Chat, did you know with Amazon Prime, you're allowed to connect your Amazon Prime account to a Twitch account for the Prime Gaming subscription? Without Prime Gaming subscription, you too can get a free subscription to any Twitch streamer of your choice. I know, crazy. Any free subscription, did you know that you have to renew it? It doesn't auto-renew. Go check right now. Maybe you have Prime available and you didn't even know, and you can use it on your favorite streams like twitch.tv/games done quick.
Chloe, do you do car commercials?
All right.
I'm going to be an auctioneer in
don't go
another
anywhere.
life.
We will be right back. And welcome back to Game Masters, where today we are showcasing Fall Guys Lockout Bingo, featuring Beginning, aka Chloe, as we'll often refer to her, and Dangers. We entered the break with Chloe doing pretty well on this board with 11 squares, and Dangers with 6. And I think, it's time to resume this, find out who can finish it out as we get into essentially part 2 of this race.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Chloe, go ahead and give us a countdown.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's get back into this here. So, even though I have 11, doesn't necessarily mean that the score can't be come back on. I've had games where I was, up 11 to 5, 11 to 6, and somebody was feeling the same, feeling probably like they weren't gonna have a shot here, and then all of a sudden the RNG started going their way. There's certain ones that you need like a specific level for, and if I don't see it and Danger sees it, well, all of a sudden that's a nice boost back toward them.
Correct. There are quite a few of those left, so.
Yeah. We have, a little Yeety level, there's at least like a 1 in 5 chance there. Night Fever, big fans, those are all ones that are like level specific, that are at least something that we can work on.
All right. So, Chloe, you won the race to game 1 first. Are you going to win it again?
I'm dropping now, so... Did I?
I'm dropping now, so.
Just by a little bit.
Okay. But let's see if I win the race to see who can get a gold medal here between Dangers and I. I'm on a treetop tumble. I feel like I actually rarely get a gold on this level.
I got whirligig, so.
Oh. I'm a little upset that we didn't get the one challenge that involves going out of the map on whirligig. It's kind of like my favorite one to kind of do there.
A little bit of a sequence break, one might say.
Yeah.
We love our exploiting.
Oh, Danger, you're going for it right here, aren't you? Let's go. Good luck.
Let's give it a try. It's not a big deal if I don't. I seem to have forgotten how to do it, though. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a pinch, but it didn't go the right way, so.
Darn. Every patch, it seems to change a little bit with the physics.
I find it that on this patch, I struggle going from the left side, and I have to go on the right side for it again. Also, I did not get a gold medal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just.
And I jumped into a big froge.
A froge.
The froge.
I'd say on the board, at least that I can see, the two quote-unquote easiest ones, which is, could be anything, is earning between 150 and 200 kudos in an episode, and then gold medal from a race without jumping, which, way easier said than done, because you have to do math.
Yeah, I mean, considering both Dangers and I have combined between us over 4,000 crowns in this game, and neither of us still have been able to complete a race level without jumping, it just shows the difficulty of it.
Exactly, yeah. Very difficult. Players are getting better at this game.
Yeah. Honestly, you love to see it, though, because I think I come from... Twitch is kind of like an area where I was very into the esports realm of things, so I come from like an esport-directed mind. So I always feel that if the level of competition goes higher, you're going to be able to raise your skill a little bit more. So having better players at this game at least kind of forces you to play a little bit better.
Okay.
So I'm on a whirligig now. Let me see if I can pull this off.
Best of luck. Seesaw is another level where you can go through without jumping, but can be cumbersome. If you
Yep.
get a good spawn and you're in the front, you can generally do it relatively easily. But it's one of those levels where the further back you start, the harder it gets.
And they put me
Due to,
square in the
like,
middle of the back row.
Like putting Danger square in the back.
Oh. And up and out we go.
Nice work, Chloe. Oh, I missed my dive too.
And then I did the hard part, and I whiffed out a dive.
Oh no. Well, you can always try again.
Yeah. We still got it. Give a little booty shake.
So is that a win without jumping?
Actually, I did jump. I wasn't even thinking.
Could have had it.
I probably could have had it. In my brain, I didn't want to dive because it was like the whirligig variant with the spinner, and I didn't want to end up making it happen. I didn't want to mess myself up, so I just jumped, kind of on autopilot there. So yeah, for those of that don't know what the heck I just did there, on whirligig in the starting spot right there, there is those little bars, and you can angle yourself in a way that if you get hit by the bar, as you get sort of pinched in with the wall, it'll just kind of, the only way that it can place you is straight up. So if you get high enough over the wall there, you can kind of roll out of the map. And then the only checkpoint that's available for you is going to be where I respawned. So that's how you can sort of get a little boost there.
Shout out to Danger's styling with the crisscross finish on Seesaw.
Got to do something, you know? Got to do something to show off a little bit.
We'll definitely keep watching Dangers because I'm playing Power Trip and nobody wants to watch Power Trip.
I want to watch Power Trip.
I mean,
Fan,
we're
are
just
you
kind of
okay?
watching people run through Seesaw, so.
Oh, fair.
We're in a very exciting moment.
Now this is probably my least favorite team game. The total coin flip. That is
Yeah.
Power Trip.
Certainly. The idea is really cool. It's very Splatoon.
Yeah.
But, you know, unless you have team coordination, it tends to be a little bit of a kind of gong show. There's not a whole lot you can really do to influence whether your team wins or loses. You are very heavily reliant on how good your other teammates are, and it's just, yeah, it's a coin flip.
Yeah. Like I'm hitting 2 tiles at a time here, but because there's, you know, 2 people just running out my space here, my team has to hopefully be able to do something else for themselves here.
Yeah, this always is down to the wire.
Yeah. And again, it's something that we call it a coin flip because as quickly as you have a 50-point lead, you could be losing by 50. And you can see it based off of those scores right there. These scores just keep on flipping the whole time.
Yeah, down to the final seconds for sure.
It's honestly such a big, like, feels bad kind of thing that to see when you're in tournament play because it's one of those things that, you know, obviously if you're doing like a squad tournament, for instance, your squad is going to be queued up with you. So if you lose this, all 4 of your teammates go down, and that's such a huge loss in terms of your overall points that you could have possibly gotten there that, like, having this level show up, it just feels like such a kick in, like, the mental. But it looks like my team should be pretty okay here.
I had a question for Dangerous. Is the little Yeety there on Team Tail
Nope.
Tag?
Negative. It's a very rare one to get.
I've seen that one once, ever.
I have also seen it once. Yeah.
I am the one that is the one that finds the team tail tag Yeeties.
Yeah, it's supposedly an even percentage on all the maps, but we know that is not true based on this map where it never happens.
Yeah. I mean, there are friends who we have that have notoriously really struggled with seeing the team tail tag one.
Yup.
Now, Dangerous is doing a very good strat most of the time. That's just you just take the tail and you hide in a corner. And it's like you're invisible almost to most of the players. They just like kind of
Especially
avoid
if you're
you
on
and
like
don't-
red team and you hide in a corner, you kind of just blend in well. All
Yeah.
right, so I'm gonna try something here.
What are you gonna
Whoa.
try?
So I'm gonna try
Jumping
something.
off here, backing out, and let's see if that's between 150 and 200. Nope. All right, I was way off
You were
there.
way too good, Chloe.
I needed to give it a shot. I needed to see if I could do
405
it.
is not between 150 and 200.
I forgot how many games I played. Okay, my attention span isn't. Again, I have ADHD. I've talked about how I forget things.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
give
see
it
some
the old
people-
college try sometimes.
Some people chat mentioning poor Fur, who famously tried to find the little Yeety and Team Tail tag for a community challenge, and I forget what count he got up to, but it was many. It was
Yes.
I remember it was like in the 30s, like mid 30s at one point.
Yeah, several dozens.
It was quite sad, honestly. I felt bad for him.
with a published rate of 20%, which I do not think is 20%, not even close, maybe 2%. Pretty rare.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've probably played. I could open up my tracker, but I don't want to do that right now, obviously. But like, it tells me how many games I've played. Let's say I've played 150 Team Tail tags. I've probably seen it like 5 times. So I'd say 2% sounds about right.
I'm going to try the Chloe strat. I'm just going to jump off the side.
Oh, here we go.
Will the math be right?
215, too many. Too good.
At least, you know, I appreciate you joining me to see if it works.
Yep, a silver and a bronze magic combo.
Yep.
Well, now we know. Can't leave if you do better than that. Still no yeets. What? Mediatonic, did you just remove my yeets? They're like some of the best
They knew
parts
you were
about this
competing
game,
today.
and I'm just not. Yeah, honestly, it happens like that sometimes, where there's just certain levels that feel impossible to find. But like that's one level. This is, and like there's probably like 20% of the levels have a yeet that we can use there.
And we're not seeing any of them. I've gotten 2.
Yeah, I've gotten 2 as well, and we need 6 and 10.
So, question:
Yeah.
if you get a fruit shoot and you use the yeet, and then you get a fruit shoot later and use the yeet, does that not count? It has to be.
So
in,
Fan
like,
was asking that question earlier, and I had said no initially. If we're that down bad that we need it, I'm willing to adjust the ruling on that so you
Yeah,
can
so-
use the
Oh, that
other
was
side.
two in the
Here's the
same-
thing. Yeah,
same
that's
round.
what I meant. Because there's 2 yeets in that level, right? There's
Oh,
one in
yeah,
fruit
yeah,
shoot.
yeah. No, I'd say that's fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if
go
you
for
get
a different yeet on that side, and as long as it's a different level.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Is
Currently
it
waiting for
possible
my
to
game
dive across the gap in Gate Crash at the end?
dive across the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it has to be super low.
It has to be super low.
Like I think like the gate has to be at its like lowest point there. Like
Right.
in order to get through it there.
Can be done.
For-
Both runners in race games. Is medal manipulation going to happen? So to explain how it works, a gold medal obviously is given to people who come in first place or qualify from a survival round, because there's no placement in a survival round, or who comes in first in a team game, et cetera, et cetera. That gives you the most kudos. Silver means you qualified in the top 20%, and that is based off of the amounts of players who are in. So generally a game starts with 60. So if you finish top 12 in the first round, you get a silver medal. And then top 50%, so finishing in the top 30, would give you a bronze medal. Anything below that will give you a pink medal, which gives you no additional kudos.
But you do get 35 for qualifying.
Yes. Yeah, it's a bonus applied.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna get the gold without jumping here as I dove through the whirligig. There we go.
All right, so Chloe is at match point here, 1 square away.
But I haven't really had any luck to get anything else. Also, me getting that gold means I can't back out for this one.
Is that too many
that
kudos for you?
Is that your
Yeah,
first
because
race?
I've gotten 2 golds in a row, so that's not gonna.
Just too good.
I do have a bit of hours in this game. Let's see. What is Steam says I have 1840 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Just a little bit.
The level Dangers is on right now, called Some Fruits, is wonderful to play in as a squad because you can have multiple people grab on to the same person, and it will cause a large recoil and rip that beam, but cause a large recoil to just pop them off the stage. So that is a fun pastime of just targeting me. It's like, hey, that Santa Claus over there, let's get him.
Yeah, so how the grab mechanics work is that you can hold on to somebody for a set amount of time. It's probably like a second and a half, and you're gonna watch as I can actually try to demonstrate it here because this is the perfect level to do it on. So like I'm gonna grab somebody here, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna grab them right here, and then there's gonna be like little like animation there that like almost like comic book-esque pop that shows up, and that's what we call like a full pop there, kind of like what I just did to that snowman. And so it will throw the person further, and that's when you can get a second friend and you both can push them and give it even further. The downside of going for that full pop is going to be where like if I pop right there, I actually can't jump for about a second and a half span. So going for those plays is going to be on the riskier end of things depending on what level you're on right now.
I just love watching that bean pop.
I was actually surprised
I didn't
they fell
expect
down.
it to go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually see this yellow bean wants to grab too, so I'm trying to like join in with them, possibly be able to give a double pop right there. But no, yellow bean, don't grab me. I want you to grab like this person here. Looks like
You
we're
can
at
also
the
do a
jumping
tactical
part.
grab where you grab them as an obstacle is coming to get them to eat their jump and then get caught eating the obstacle.
You'll see that a lot more frequently being used in a game like Jump Showdown, for example. We typically just refer to it as like a tap grab. So, you just give it like a quick tap. Like I would literally demonstrate it with just kind of flick the controller there. It's kind of like the easiest way to sort of like visually understand how to get your timing for it there. Can I get up here? This is a fun little thing to be able to do, but I need to be able to get on their head. Damn it. I tried.
Almost.
So, yeah, you can actually get on the wall there of Block Party if you use somebody's head there. And the funny thing is about Fall Guys is actually that it's one of those games that you can obviously play at 144 hertz, but it's actually more optimal to play it at 60 hertz because obviously the less frames per second is going to be more optimal to be able to get on somebody's head and be able to go for like these head jumps and stuff like that. So
Exactly,
a lot of
yeah.
the pros will typically play this game on like a 60 hertz, even if their computer can handle 144.
Yeah, there are some things that are like, I don't know, they're kind of speedrun intensive or they're like pro player intensive. If a frame perfect trick is frame perfect and you're playing at 60 hertz versus 144, you're more likely to hit it when there's less frames, right? So that's basically the gist of that.
Thank you, actual speedrunner, for being able to explain that in speedrunner terminology.
Yeah, I got you.
There's only so much that I can explain while my brain comprehends it.
So
I'm gonna go for
without a Yeetus?
I was about to say I'm gonna go for the left one, and you've noticed that there was no yeet, so quite unfortunate for me because I was ready to go to the left side.
Yeah, I looked over there. It's pretty rare to see that without any Yeetuses these days. But.
Yeah, it's in certain like game mode specifics, like hard. If you ever see hard mode as an alternate show, it's always gonna give you without a Yeetus. But yeah. Also, this current patch, I actually find Fruit Shoot very frustrating because what you're gonna see here is occasionally when you like jump, it'll almost like hiccup and walk yourself backwards a little bit. So it makes it very frustrating to be able to like maintain your momentum because jumping is the optimal thing to do on this treadmill, but occasionally it'll sort of throw yourself backwards.
All right, and with the 15 qual Fruit Shoot, I don't know what round this is, but has the potential to go into a final or one more game. We'll see. And hey, we have our first fall ball of the night.
Yeah. Doesn't earn me anything, but a little fall ball action. Got some flippers, got some hammers. Let's see how we do here. Typically when I play solo, I like to play defense because you just don't know how the other players are going to play. So if you can't trust that you're going to have somebody in goal, it's better to just do it yourself. Unless I see somebody run
and
back
everyone
there
wants to be a
immediately.
hero. Nobody wants to play defense on these.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that kind of have the mentality that if I touch the ball, I'm helping. That's not how soccer works. If anybody's ever played soccer before, the idea is to kind of be in your position so that you're ready for an opportunity rather than everybody run at the ball and hope for the best. So,
Yeah, these are all, other humans, other players on the teams, but they generally behave more or less in the same exact manner. And that is most players will go for a straight line to the nearest ball near them. Very, 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 very simple. And that applies no matter where the ball is. So you can kind of use that to your advantage for like your average player of where they're going to go. Like just watch the beans as they go in. Generally, it'll just go straight into the ball no matter where they're at.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and on this patch, they actually did a really good job with fall ball, where the physics actually feel really good now, and a lot of the time you can get like really clean hits that go for much further distances. For a while, sometimes you get these like ping battles where if you had the worst ping, that would typically dictate how high or how hard you would hit the ball sometimes, just because of how, the ping would work. And nowadays, you can at least get a pretty clean hit that goes it can like have a lot of power behind it, which is huge for being able to like win these things, and it's not solely based off of what location you're playing on.
Oh, what a save by their
This wall
goalie.
guys is getting... I am losing jump inputs like crazy right now.
No
There we
coming back
go.
from that one.
Yeah, sometimes no matter how hard you try, the team games can be the end.
Yep.
Yeah, with 9 players qualifying from this wall guys here, and it's a pun on Fall Guys. That I think pretty much I think 9 is a guaranteed final.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the one number these days that is a guarantee. I think it's it's the odd numbers from 9 and under pretty much. So 9, 7, 5, etc. Like all of those are going to end up putting you into a finals.
Yeah, because the even numbers could put you in a team game or a button bashers.
Yeah, exactly. Which, if you get a fall ball, not so great. But button bashers, I really want to be able to show that off to you all because that one's real fun, especially when you can demoralize the enemy by simply standing in front of the button and making them come to you instead of trying to protect them. Ooh, I'm on a thin ice, so unfortunately that's not a season 1 final. I will play it out though, because I think it's our first night, our first thin ice here. So thin ice is kind of like hexagon, except you're on these ice tiles and it's all the same layer here, and you can actually see they have 3 like chunks of ice here, and they have pretty much 3 points to it. So like 1, 2, and break. So they have like 3 almost like lives there, and as you stand on them, the tiles will progressively break here. So your objective is obviously get these people into the slime, and you're going to see here like this toucan here is kind of playing very dangerous for themselves. So I'm just going to toss them down.
Chloe,
And
what
this
would make me
jackal
very
area?
happy right now is if you made a perfect PSA 9 pillar.
Okay. For the throwback here, so the PSA 9 pillar, if you are a trading card game fan, is when you have a perfect pillar that has been untouched. It is completely perfect, and nobody can actually touch it. So we're gonna do our best to pretty much section off this pillar here and make it so that nobody can break it.
Okay, that's almost there. All right. That is a PSA 9 pillar right there, as long as nobody touches it and ruins its value.
Exactly. So you can see me here. I'm trying to break all these tiles here, trying to protect it to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I kind of accidentally found this strat when this came out, that when I made pillars in the middle, a lot of people would want to jump on them, and you could just jump right on top of it and then push them off. Kind of
Yeah.
like making it a trap, but Then it came to just something to do while the early parts of the round are going because it's such a long final. So they just make
and
as
unless
many
you do the things
perfect
that I
pillars
was
as you
doing,
can.
and unless you're doing what I was doing there, where I was actively trying to, kill people by pushing them off on the side there, there's very little action that you can get yourself involved in early on. But I think we protected that pillar, fan.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm proud of you.
Gotta do it for our lovely, lovely host.
Thank
Let me
you
just
for
guarantee it here. Run out this area.
And it's just sitting out there. People are like, why is this pillar here?
You know what? I know you can't reach it with a 1 hex, but maybe somebody will want to reach for it. So I'll leave it there. What I will do, though, is go over here because this is looking kind of dicey right now. Actually, this person is now alone. So what I'm going to try to do is kill them. I just need to get a full pop off on them. This is like one of the levels where you ideally want to full pop because it's really, you get a lot of power behind them, but it's going to be really hard when this person's constantly hitting the same tile as me. Ooh, the desync is rough here. Okay. Oh, I win though.
I think you did
I realized
it.
that the person died. And I protected the pillar.
Yeah, the pillar remained untouched through the end. Thank you.
Doesn't matter for any sort of challenge, but the challenge that was issued by Fant, I have completed, and that's my pride.
Now that doesn't count as a square on the board, but it does count as a square in my heart.
And I'll take that. Yeah, those grabs were really weird there. Normally you can get like a clean grab, but the entire time they were kind of just pushed off there.
If you're liking the Fall Guys content you are seeing here today from Chloe, sure to check out her Twitch channel, twitch.tv/beginning, which I'm sure we could get a link on in chat. And of course, can't forget about the one and only Dangers, who has recently been doing like a whole bunch of Mario speedrunning. I know you did the Super Mario Odyssey mainboard marathon not too long ago, which was just incredible.
It was a wild time, yeah. 27 hours of Super Mario Odyssey gameplay. So, but yeah,
that was
usually some Galaxy stuff. It's kind of what I'm focusing on. Been playing a little bit of any % Super Mario Odyssey again, having fun with that. So, yeah, Mario speedrunning. That's where you find me. Twitch.tv/Dangers.
live most evenings. Starting, what do you start around, like 5 o'clock your time, roughly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like how both of you ended up on a hit parade here, neither of which contained the little Yeety.
Actually, the hit parade can have a little Yeety. I'm on a gate crash.
These variations, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said there was a possibility that a hit parade could, but not this one.
Yeah, I'm on a gate crash right now, so there was nothing here. But there is a gate crash you can have Yeetus is on.
I'm silly. Both of you were on gate crash.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And this level could have a Yeetus, though, and it just doesn't right now. And I'm getting really upset because that's one of the newest Yeetuses, and it's a fun one to try to go on because it's right when you're going down the slime there and you have a lot of momentum. So it would have been great to be able to, like, actually demonstrate that one there. Because there's a lot of, like, intricacies between going for certain yeets and, like, the angles. Like, I was explaining it with the Fall Mountain one earlier today. A lot of these yeets, there's, like, timings and angles that you want to use for them. That's a bingo space possibly right here. I'm on a night fever.
Oh, then I think that just means you win.
If I can get on that sign there. It is trickier these days. There is also a yeet, so I can at least start progressing on that.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
the
go ahead and
danger,
mark
this
off
could
the
enough.
square. Are you kidding? What? Okay, I don't understand this game.
What
I
happened?
was promised a silver and a bronze equals the amount that I needed. 250. That's not, math is not making sense.
Okay, so maybe it's a silver and a pink.
Something like that. I don't know.
It could have been a survival that you were on prior to, because survival golds are weighed differently than race golds.
Yeah,
A survival gold is worth the same as a race silver, so that's possibly it.
Whatever the case may
All right,
be.
I did land my yeet.
Math is hard.
Oh, all right, so I'm gonna try to get on what is this sign right here, and it is like a little bit of a precise jump. You have to dive and grab at it, and if you land at it at the right angle, you can just jump straight on top of it there and sort of climb it.
So this is a
that's what I
potential
have to try
match
to do
point if
here.
you can get on this sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, lost my jump there.
Time is running out.
Yeah, I'm running out of shots for sure. That one's not. No, I tried to force that one there. Gotta be more patient with myself. This is probably the last attempt that I can do at it.
Best of luck.
Oh, I bounced off
Almost.
of
I
it.
thought you had it.
All right. I tried. Gotta
That
make sure
is
I
a
can get
tough
in
one.
now. Yeah. It's definitely gotten harder recently, being able to get up there. They kind of don't want people to be doing those kinds of things, even though it's harmless to the game. So they do try to make these things a little harder to do.
And now the question is, are you between 150 and 200 kudos in your episode?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my game before this was. A gate crash?
There's a gate crash, yep.
Did I get a gold? Well, I can't back out, so I have to so the thing is with a team game, I can't back out because it won't tell me the kudos overall. So I have to hope that my team could like throw this for a chance. Like I can do nothing,
You
but my
can
team
put the
can still win
controller
this.
down
Yeah.
or actively sabotage your team.
Do I pull the ye old Philly fan from Fall Mania and start doing like jumping jacks while I hope my team throws? Just sit here.
Oh, I love this strat, Dangers. The bounce house.
Let's see if my team can throw. This might even be waste. This might be wasted time. We'll see though.
That was okay. We got up there.
Having a little bit too much fun on the bounce house.
We're just gonna see if me doing this works. The score's close right now though. All right, currently yellow team is beating me by a considerable margin. I do feel bad for my fellow teammates, but also I feel like if I was playing, I don't think the score would matter.
All right. Is it enough?
Watch is gonna be like 205. I would not be surprised if it was somehow something silly like 205.
205. That would make. You know, I'm gonna put a sub on the line on the GDQ channel. Who wants to go in with me? If it's 205, I will put a sub, gift sub in.
Damn, my team's kind of getting dominated right now. This is a pretty sad score to look at.
Oh, here we go. 10 seconds left.
I think it's safe to say that my team is gonna lose this game overall.
I think they are. I think even if you were helping.
That says qualified.
Wait.
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Game?
Did you just qualify when
No.
you lost?
Wait. What? Only like half my team gets eliminated. I'm so confused. What just happened?
Well,
I've never seen that.
You know,
Over
Chloe, I
1,800
think you've had your
hours.
very first GDQ. That's never happened before.
yep, there you go.
That has never happened before.
that's so
Half
funny.
of my team got eliminated. I literally AFK'd. I threw. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna put that one in the highlight reel.
Bert, hang on. I must save Danger Son.
You know what?
All right, I got
That
him.
was so surprising and unexpected. I think I still owe GDQ some gift subs here.
Yeah, that hasn't. I have never heard of that happening before, and apparently it's a meme to say that that's never happened, but that truly has never happened.
That
in
was
all of
actually
my time of
incredible.
Fall Guys. Like it was like it said qualified there. I was.
All right, there we go. I sent out 5 subs for the channel because of how
I'm
I
sad.
can't think strategy to breather of how absurd that was.
My brain just
You
turned
know,
off there.
the thing that makes me mad, Chloe, is you were the person who just sat there and you qualified, and 4 people who were trying their best got eliminated.
Yeah, these poor teammates of mine that were going out of their way to try to stay alive. Meanwhile, the game's just like, no, you must continue playing this game. You must make this more entertaining here. Somebody in the chat was saying that it rewards the person who was doing well. Yeah, totally. I was doing a lot for my team.
Yeah, I think Mediatonic needs to see this one.
Yes. I will definitely be sharing this with the people at Mediatonic that I am familiar with. Also, this II is going off the level. Ah, me too! You know, I deserve it. I deserve it. It should have happened last round. Also, yeah, so I would have been at 195 if that game didn't glitch me. Because I got 35 for that pink medal. So
the game
I would have
literally
actually
said,
gotten it there.
Dangers, you're still in this.
That is impressive.
RNG is very cruel and strange, isn't it?
It really is.
She is a cruel mistress.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, Dangers, you're doing a good job destroying all these blue tiles, which makes me very happy as well.
Yep.
This is another fun one where the pink tiles, they're stable, but the blue ones, they work just like they do on thin ice, the level we saw earlier. You can just run on them and eliminate it and make it a very precarious situation for everybody involved. And, oh, that was risky.
I tried to do something. All I can really hope for is like a season 1 final. Like that's kind of all I can shoot for, I think. Oh, that's a lot of
That big fans night feed. I am surprised that we have yet to see a night feed big fans yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, these last 7, they're being pretty stubborn.
Yeah. I mean, Fall Guys literally said, no, I'm not allowed to complete one of them.
Yeah, it sure did.
All right. So it is a season 1 final.
Ooh. Which one did you
Royal
get?
Fumble.
Royal
Ooh.
Fumble.
Is it time to take a nap? That's my
Yep.
signature special these days. I just put on a sleep mask, recline the chair, and we take a little nap during Royal Fumble. Dangerous, why don't you explain to them how Royal Fumble works?
Oh, it's quite simple. It's tail tag, but there's only one tail. And if you hold the tail at the end, you win. So we can spend a minute and a half doing a whole lot of nothing and then trying for the last 10 seconds, basically.
Yeah. So that's why you'll have some people early on in that game, and whenever I would get a tail game, I would use that as my bathroom break, and I just come back. You know, some people like to take a nap. Some people just AFK. It's one of those levels that you really don't have to play much.
Yeah. Many times during the end, you just run into a mosh pit. It's just grab. Who's got it?
Mm-hmm. It's really exciting when you're commentating tournaments and hosting them, but as the
playing
competitor,
is
you never
another
want to see
matter.
it. Yeah, exactly.
And it's always funny just like staying in the middle and just watching everybody chase the person with the tail. This also allows you to assess the skill level of the opponent.
True.
You're like, all right, you know, this person knows to jump. I'm just going to stay around. I don't know how Dangerous won that exchange, but can
TASing.
maintain it for the last 15 seconds here. Now I'm going to say that hit on the giant swinger was intentional. Oh.
Nope.
At the final seconds. GG's.
Classic tail stolen last second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing I could have done.
Almost.
Well, let's see here. Skyline Stumble. I mean, that's easy for me to get a bronze here. I just forget if I got a silver on that last level already. It's weird because normally, like, the tracker that a lot of us still use at least tells you what your placement is, so you can know like, okay, it says that I got 11th. That would have been a silver medal. But because I don't have it open right now, I'm like having to actually pay attention, and that's a thing that I don't do well. No yeet here either. Big sad.
We'll find them eventually, maybe. How many are you at? Are you at 3?
I am at... So I've done a Night Fever, I've done a Fruit Shoot, and a Fall Mountain. Yeah, so I'm at 3.
Yeah, I'm still only at 2.
Which is
usually
very
we see this a
surprising.
lot,
Again, yeah, you
Very
can get
interesting.
entire games where like every single round has one. Was that a Burt? Hang on. I thought I saw Burt. I have my priorities there, sorry.
What is
My eyes
Bert?
got
Chloe?
captivated.
What is Bert?
Wait, what? What is Burt? Burt is a little penguin that you can get on certain levels. And there's really nothing more but to love and cherish Bird. It is Danger's son, and we've tried to protect them. But on a serious note, there was a challenge a while back where there were certain levels that had Burt spawn in, and if you had qualified while holding Burt and like getting it through the finish line or surviving with Burt, then you were able to get a exclusive skin for it. But they didn't remove the Burts. They have actually added Burt into more levels just for shenanigan purposes. So occasionally you'll see this like little penguin that has like a wind-up toy feet kind of animation going off, and it's just kind of running around.
Yeah, I think
Very beloved, and I want it as a plushie.
Think the little penguin from Mario 64 that you bring back to
Yeah,
Mama.
that's a
It's
perfect,
that.
like, yeah, it's that, but this is like a toy, a wind-up toy instead of an actual penguin.
Yeah, not an actual penguin. So you can drop it off the edge of the map and you'll be fine.
No moral repercussions.
No moral repercussions whatsoever. Gonna get a
Except
question in
sadness in
chat
my
of what is lockout bingo? Glad you asked. Lockout bingo is bingo, except both players are using the same board, and whenever one person clears a square, that becomes locked for them, so the other player cannot get it. So it's a race to clear the squares first.
Yeah, so it pretty much just ends up typically being a race to 13 squares completed, or normally what I'll do is I'll set a time limit of 3 hours, and at 3 hours, whoever has more at that time, because sometimes you just can't finish certain levels, sometimes you can't get certain things, you know. I've been kind of sitting at 11, 12 for probably over an hour now. Like, I'm just not getting things to go my way here. So, you know, in case of things like that happening, we just have a firm cutoff at a time. Because at the root of it, we want it to be fun, and the last thing we want is people to just be sitting here staring at you trying to get like one level for an hour. All right, back
Yeah,
to
we
another
could-
big shots.
Always switch over to a lightning round and start a new board for the last hour or so of the broadcast, which we are approaching, by the way.
Oh, wow. Time's been going pretty fast for me here.
Yeah, because
I'm
all
so
of these,
nervous, and now I'm just casually enjoying myself with you both. So
all the
thank you.
remaining squares are basically just, we kind of have to hope for the RNG to show us something that we need.
Yeah.
And that's the reason that we haven't even like stumbled upon them really. So
Nope, 285.
285.
I wasn't paying attention there. I jumped off again to see if I could get it.
All right, I'm gonna make the executive decision here. Because a lot of these squares are tough to get. Chloe, we're gonna give you the opportunity to win it out here on this. Get to the 13. If not, I think we'll re-roll a board and then race to see who can get the most squares in the final hour, like Dangers was saying.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Sure.
So
I think that'd be pretty
I'll see
exciting.
If I can get there. Yeah, we can sort of just re-race with a fresh board for that last hour.
finally a big fan shows up.
There we go.
Time to Moida.
That's one.
Yeah, keep all eyes on Dangers.
That's two.
Pants in them. There's a variation of Fall Guys called Extreme Fall Guys that happens every once in a while where you fall off on one of these maps, you don't respawn, you're done. And this is a common grief map where you'll have people standing in places to grab them.
Yeah, some people will just sit there waiting, trying to get you.
Four.
All right, I am on a night fever, so I might be able to attempt this here.
Oh.
All right, chat. Will Dangers get his 6? Will I get on my sign?
Only time will tell.
I think Dangers will get his 6 for sure. My sign might be a little bit more difficult.
5.
I love the little dive that invariably follows the pantsing. And it's just like,
Yeah, right.
The panic dive that never goes anywhere.
dive that never works.
By the time you're diving, it's already too late.
You're on so many people's lists, Dangers.
Yep.
It's okay. Most of the Fall Guys Pro community is.
6.
Well
Hey.
done.
My sign? Nope. All right. Got a couple more attempts at my sign here. Just gotta up. That person walked in front of me. Lost all my momentum. Oh, there
she got
we
the
go.
sign.
All right, we're up on the sign. Give a little booty shake to the crowd.
All right, and that is 13 squares for Chloe, though. Dangers, excellent work. Pantsing the 6 players on Big Fans. That was wonderful to watch.
Glad we finally got one. So.
Yeah, me too. You did it.
So-
just 2 squares back to back. So what we're going to do here is if you two want to finish this round, go ahead. But we're going to head into a brief break as we roll a new board. And before we do that, I just want to remind everybody that the GDQ Sum of Best Segments is now launched on YouTube. That is a highlight channel where we post regular videos just like on the main channel, but it's a small highlight reel for all of our main events and hotfix. So what you see today, we're going to go compile together some of the top moments, and I'm sure that sign grab right there will be one of them, into a little highlight reel for you to watch at a later time. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back from the break, everybody. We're returning to Game Masters, where we are showcasing Fall Guys Lockout Bingo. Now, the winner of Game 1 was Chloe. Just on that last game, managing to get on that sign and Night Fever, closing out that board. So here's what we're gonna do for the remaining time here. We just rolled a brand new board, and we are having a countdown timer, and both of these runners have that allotted time to get as many squares as they can, and at the end of the time, we'll determine who the winner is based on who completed the most challenges. Chloe, Dangers, welcome back.
Good to be back.
Thank you for having me again.
Now,
So shall I start the countdown for us?
No, Chloe, you've started the countdown the last few times. No Dangers.
Okay.
I think it is your turn to give us a countdown to begin. Same
Sounds
rules
good to
as
me.
last time.
Yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. And we revealed the boards ahead of this time because it was only like a 30-second time before we saw it. So we haven't really analyzed the boards too much, but we did want to reveal the boards ahead of time just to make sure that we had to get the new board in place and everything was working for it.
Correct.
So yeah, there are some new fun ones here though, Dangers.
Yes.
My particular favorite ones of pantsing a certain bean, which if you don't know, a pants is kind of like if somebody's jumping, you can kind of grab them, and as they're jumping in the air, you kind of just yoink them down, kind of like you're tugging on their pants, and drag them back to the, back to the ground, or in certain instances, straight down into the slime or to respawn. So that's what we're looking for when we see pants X bean.
And we're starting off. Hey, Dangers, you did it. You won the coin flip.
I did.
Look at you go. So now we have to actually analyze. Oh, I see a hippo bean. Move, hippo. They didn't jump. They kind of just walked themselves there. I'm gonna have to get them on the rebound. Oh, you playing? I think that grab kind of just destroyed that hippo's hopes and dreams. He doesn't really want to play anymore.
Oh,
he left.
No.
The hippo left.
That. Did you collect on the square, Chloe?
I mean, he never jumped. I kind of just grabbed them and they walked themselves off.
The hippo
It
one
does
just
say
says
grab
a hippo.
Grab a hippo.
Oh, it is grab a hippo. Okay.
At what
I guess
cost, though? At what cost, Chloe?
Apparently, my grab destroyed this person's life.
How could you?
What can I say? I am an aggressive bean player.
And I'm studying the board here so I can see what this is. And I like this one. Qualify from any round to 20 times. There's so many this time they have to like. I hope you two have notes to write down, a good old-fashioned pen and paper or a notepad open up, because there's a lot of stuff to keep track of. We've got jump through a total of 16 hoops. We got qualify from any round 20 times. We got earn at least 3 silver medals in a single episode. Qualify 2 race rounds without grabbing. Eliminate 1 bean on elimination rounds from season 3 or 5, not 4, not 1, not 2, seasons 3 or 5 only.
Which, if
Earn
you don't know
3,000
about Fall
kudos,
Guys,
and then
you-
earn a total of
you
4
continue.
silver medals. So lots of counting involved.
Yeah, and if you don't know very much what seasons mean in Fall Guys, they are one of those things that in this game they kind of make certain thematics based off of season in that sense. So they come out like every 3 or 4 months. They'll have like a new theme. So the most recent one was jungle theme. Prior to that, there was the space theme or the future theme. So each of the seasons are kind of designated by a theme there. So you'll kind of see it based off of what levels we're on. So season 3 is the winter levels, and season 5 is the most recent one, which is the jungle one.
Very good. And I think this is my favorite one of this current set. And that is win a low gravity final.
Oh boy.
We haven't seen one of those yet. I'll be amazed if we do see that. It's a chance to happen on a hexagon or a thin ice, and it's awful. It's terrible. I can't describe how bad low gravity finals could be.
Yeah, low grab finals are truly a coin flip overall there. It's one of those ones where take the skill that we've seen so far, whether it be watching Dangers or myself play on a hexagon, and then add a level that pretty much equals the playing field to the point where you go down to just 1 tile and it's a coin flip as to who ends up being able to get the jump last. That's low gravity for you.
Bubble trouble. I like to see that.
You can get that golden bubble.
I can also get a gold medal on Big Fans or Bubble Trouble, perhaps.
Ooh.
Potentially the 2-for-1
there-
special.
Is there anything about jumping off on suicide levels?
Eliminate yourself.
There is
on any
also that one
elimination
Big
round
Fans
twice.
one. Wait, what? Oh, eliminate yourself on elimination round? All right, there we go. There's game 1.
There it is. Don't need to tell me twice.
The no hesitation. That's my mentality with this game. If you hesitate, you're going to miss your opportunity.
Man, looks like the board is also being nice, not giving us that 150 to 200 kudo range to get something.
I'm not going to get gold. Yeah, gold's already got. So I just have to get a gold bubble.
At some point. All right, let's go, Dangers, I believe. Is that gold
Somebody in
bubble
the
still
chat's
here?
asking about what a big Yeetus is. And so the big Yeetus is a hammer that typically is not normally put into the level. And it's kind of like an addition that is kind of either not necessarily placed in a spot that you would normally go to, or it's kind of off the level, but it's a hammer that is going to be typically spinning clockwise forward, and you typically can use that to sort of get an additional advantage to it. So there are certain levels, like on tail tag, that were kind of built in with a hammer already, We don't necessarily call those the big Yeetus because they already had those naturally, and they can't really help you progress. So there are certain levels that we can point out to you in the future, but we've just struggled finding them entirely.
That's another silver. That's 3 in this episode for another medal.
Dangerous
or
is
for another
gaming
square.
right now.
Wow. Off to a breakneck start.
Yeah, got some.
All
And
I've
the-
done is grab a hippo and
crazy
jump off a
thing-
level.
Is you can earn a total of 4 silver medals for another square.
It's true.
Any dragons? Can I pants any dragons? No dragons. Okay.
Well, it's a tail tag. Now we're gonna really test Dangerous trivia here. How many seconds do you need to lose not holding a tail to have a silver medal,
Yeah.
not a gold medal?
Like most of the time, but not all of the time.
Yeah.
Basically, what
I
we're
think
actually
the
don't
exact
know.
number is, I want to say it's like 45 to 115. I want to say like 45 seconds to a minute 15 is how long for a silver.
They already had a tail. Why did they grab me? Hello.
Dangerous in
people
the
are
predicament
silly
to
in this
please
game.
take my tail, and taking a while to find a worthy person. How was
Alright,
that 15
here.
seconds, Dangerous?
Oh,
Were you
I'm
counting?
sure it is.
I'm not counting. No. I'm just
I
gonna
think
hope
he's
for
just
the
more
best.
hoping. Which is very valid. Okay, so one thing to note, I'm on a level ski fall. Those things that you jump through are hoops, so I can use those as part of my 15 or my 16 there.
You know, you're right. I thought they were built into the level itself, but they are indeed hoops. You were right.
That's good to
Yeah.
know.
Now, the one situation where, hey, going through a bunch of bronze 1-point hoops is beneficial.
Honestly.
I'll keep track.
The only
That
thing
is
is that it's
one.
going to take time to try to do that. So here's 2. Another thing that you could do is actually, so that flipper right there, when it's in that position, you can always hit it and it will always throw you forward. It's kind of a thing that I don't think a lot of people know. So if you want to like get the most speed there, you can actually use that flipper and it'll always put you in the direction that you want to go towards the end.
Silver medal, baby. Let's go.
4 silvers. Dangerous is just
Wow,
Mr. Consistent at the start of this game.
3 squares in 1 episode thus far.
That's a
Honestly
pretty good start.
impressive.
It's a pretty good start.
Yeah.
Now, are you keeping track of how many rounds, both of you, this is a reminder for both of you, to keep track of how many rounds you qualify from?
I have qualified on 2 because I suicided at one point.
Yeah, I've got a little count there.
All right. I have 4 more hoops that I need to jump through here. Can I do it? No! All right, I think I need to qualify here. Hang on. I'm not going to get all 15 here in one go.
That's 12. Well, it's 16,
No, I'm just going
so
in
you
for the
can't
qual
do
here.
it. You have to do it
Yeah.
in 2 different ones, and there we go.
Yeah, I was going to have to do it no matter what in 2, but I'll take 13 of my 16 there.
And Dangerous later.
Yep. Just getting out of there right away. Don't need to play a thin ice. There's no reason. So,
True. It's honestly just smart strategy. When you get to like in certain games that I've done with this, I've like specifically only played like 2 rounds of a level and then backed out or something like that and just tried to circle in trying to find those games. It gets kind of boring, obviously, seeing those those same levels, trying to hope for like one in particular, but it is like a legitimate strategy to go for.
now, Chloe, does that count as eliminating myself on an elimination round?
What level was it? A thin ice?
Thin ice? Or do
Because you're
finals
eating
count?
yourself off, yeah. I mean, you very clearly
It
eliminated
technically
yourself.
is an elimination.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have
Technically.
thought about that, but yeah.
I'd allow it.
All right, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever factored that into my thought process. You have stumped me, so I'm saying yes.
Excellent.
Now, the question is Chloe going to attempt to qualify last in the race round here? It's still on the board. This
It'll
is
be
a race
hard,
round.
but I can certainly try for it.
This one can be a little spooky, especially if the final players
It'll be
all
fine
get to
here.
the end
Oh.
at the same time. And we'll
But
just
there's also
agree
these
that didn't
fans
happen.
here. Yeah, that didn't happen. I didn't lose my jump input. But there's these nifty little fans here, and if you do it right, unlike me, you can kind of just ride the fan up, kind of like this. All right. No, looky here, treasure trover. I'm trying to qualify last. Rare char to go far. No,
It's so
stop
spooky
it.
when the music just disappears.
It's very ominous and like eerie. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I think the way we've determined that works is enough sound effects happen at the same time, which involves a lot of beams colliding with each other, and it just breaks the music, and you have no music for the rest of the level.
Yeah, I think the interaction that we've said was like 13. I don't know if it's the exact thing, but it's kind of like, so there's these things that we call desync tornadoes, and when you have like the server side and the client side are trying to catch up to each other, you kind of have these like spinning circular motions. You'll see it more frequently in like tight corridors where the beams are kind of just like constantly moving forward and like alternating positions. So we call those the desync tornado, and that's kind of like where those instances will typically occur.
Now, Chloe, did you successfully finish last in that wall, guys?
I did successfully finish last, so I can try for it here, but on tiptoe, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, 'cause I'm seeing dangers here. On here, can still get a pink medal and start
Yeah,
going.
you gotta
for
mark off
that.
the square, Chloe, for last
Cool.
in any race round.
So it's not 4, it's not 5. So one thing to note about this level, and we've kind of hinted at it, but we haven't like gone into like extreme detail about it. So a way to know on tiptoe what levels are or what path it's going to be is the last 2 rows. If one of those tiles shakes, you know it's not going to be those. So you kind of just pay attention to the shaking tiles. For instance, like it's not going to be 8 right there because 8 just shook. It wasn't going to be 10. It could actually just be straightforward perhaps, but it doesn't look like it's going to be right now. Yeah, so we're gonna have to back ourselves up. So it's probably one of these ones. Oh, well, I have to hope that I can just qualify, let alone get last. But I think nobody realizes what level it is yet, so I have a chance. All right. Nope. Everyone was kind of waiting there overall, so it was too hard to get last place on that.
You only need 1.
Oh, was it?
Qualify
Yeah.
last on any race round.
Oh, okay.
So
I
you
thought
can
it was
just-
2, just like last time.
You can mark
He
that down.
already had it.
All right. I'm just not intelligent. Where is it? Look, it's hard. It's hard multitasking.
Absolutely.
Qualify last on any round. There we go. Ooh, I got a hexagon. Is there anything that I can do on this one?
You can
I
win
really
2
wanna-
crowns
I could-
on finals from season
In a season
1.
one. It's not a low grab though, but yeah, it is a season 1, so I'm down to go for it. Let's put on a good show for you all here. Okay. So yeah, the thing about hexagon is there's a lot of skill expression. So you can see one of the things that I'm doing right here is jump dives. It's actually the most efficient way of sort of being able to save your tiles is by constantly jumping and like holding out your jump. Sometimes what you'll see is I'll hit like 1 or 2 by accident, but typically if you are able to kind of get yourself in a rhythm here, you can stall it out to the best of your ability, and then it typically gives you the most time to stay up on a level. Cut off. How did you make that?
They're a
Unfortunate.
gamer.
Yeah, they are. All right, looky here. I don't want you coming over here. There you go. Stay there. Yeah, you're not making that one that time there. I learned from my mistakes. So yeah, now you're just gonna see there's only myself and one other person up on here. So I'm kind of just jump diving. Actually, what I need to do is this here. I want to make sure that person couldn't stretch himself over. So I was able to maximize all those tiles there.
Yeah, you're pretty high up there.
Yeah, it's a good amount of space to work with here.
See what happens on that purple layer. I think that's going to be key.
Probably.
team tail tag again. I'm getting all of the team tail tags.
Can you find your little Yeety though? Oh, I
Oh
definitely didn't move forward
Okay.
enough. I was able to recover it. We're fine. I'm gonna be honest. I went to scratch my face, and that was the difference there.
Hey,
I
but
was
you
able
know
to
what it
stretch us over
did
to
is
that
it
purple.
sectioned off all that purple for you.
Yeah, honestly, it was strategic. I needed to drop
No
there.
way, dude. It's there.
Did you find the little
No, are
Yeety?
you serious?
It's there.
The little Yeety has cometh.
What are the
All
odds
right,
of that, man?
Dana, you need to go. You need to go pose right next to it.
There it is. I'm just gonna honk at it.
Wow, there it is.
All those people are just running
What
here,
are
so why don't I
the
just do
odds?
that?
I love that.
Okay.
I love that for me.
I love that for you too. All right. All right, I should win here. This person doesn't have enough space. Just gotta wait them out now.
Yeah, tweet at @for_.
Goodbye, and we win. So that's
GG,
one of
Chloe.
our season 1 wins.
I think probably for you, this is 1,000 kudos on the board.
We'll have to see right here, because I got about 200 from the previous one. Yeah, all right, 1,001 episodes, so there we go. We did it.
There you go. Nicely done.
Yeah, so the little Yeety, again, for those who don't know, is it is like a 2% chance, roughly. We don't know the exact number, but it can spawn on 5 levels. Hit Parade, Dizzy Heights, Egg Siege, Team Tail Tag, and the last one is Escaping Whirligig. Those are the 5 that it can spawn on, and it's a rare thing to try to find, but it used to be for an exclusive skin. It was like whoever could find it first was able to get this Magic Dragon skin that everyone adores, so you had to find the 5 on those levels first, and it was completely RNG whether or not they loaded on your level.
Another pink medal. All right.
All right, give me a dragon or a ninja bean, because now I'm the one that's fallen behind early. I don't see either F's in the chat for me, as I am not able to get the easy ones. So, anything I can do here? So here's a really interesting one that I haven't like tried to look at yet. And it's win an episode without ever respawning. So an entire episode, you can like never fall off a level. You can't go for any like checkpoint manipulation. That one seems like a very difficult one to possibly be able to accomplish depending on what sets of levels we get.
Yeah.
I'm down to try for it though. Gotta make it entertaining for everybody.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and launch myself off this block party for that square.
And look at that, another one for you there.
Wow.
This is a, honestly, I'm kind of just getting destroyed right now, chat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
There are a lot on this board that are kind of like accumulative though, so like as we keep going, things are gonna mix up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Again, there's still some easy ones, obviously, to take, which will help catch up on things like Panther Dragon, you know, Pants the Ninja Bean, etc. So there are these easier ones that we could possibly get to before our timer would run out.
Certainly.
I also have 13 hoops, so I could get another ski fall perhaps and get my 16 overall. So I'm just waiting out this seesaw now. Seesaw is one of those levels that's been out since the start of the game, but people still constantly find a way to tip them. Like, you'd think after a year of time, people could understand the physics of, you know, balancing a seesaw.
You'd think so.
But yet, these people will cease to amaze you.
I think the monkey brain kind of still just takes over and people are
Yeah.
really interested in being first, so.
I like to joke that these people like to share the same 2 brain cells, so it kind of shows certain times on levels and team games especially. And again, for people who aren't familiar with the term pants is, a pants is when you are somebody is jumping in the air and you kind of yoink them almost as if you're like tugging on their pants. So just imagine like somebody is jumping and you kind of just yoink them down from their pants. So that's just the terminology for kind of just grabbing somebody out of the air.
Pretty good.
Alrighty. So I have a whirligig here. Can't really do anything with that. But I can try to qualify without respawning, so I might as well continue.
All right, again, reminder everybody to follow these wonderful runners here at twitch.tv/beginning, twitch.tv/dangers. I should have a
He's a good
nice
bird.
copy paste in here to do this, but alas.
Yeah, I stream pretty regularly on Fall Guys, about 90% of my content overall, but I obviously will jump into things in the future. I want to do the new Pokemon games, stuff like that. I'm a big Nintendo girl and anime girl, so always will talk about that stuff and try to play those things, but Fall Guys is the bread and butter.
And are there anything else at this time you can announce, Chloe? Or
I mean, in not streaming news, I have a court date on Friday to legally change my name to Chloe, so that's super exciting.
congratulations.
Thank you. Also, I'm gonna say it because I got added to the group chat. You can also catch me in Twitch Rivals tomorrow. I'm gonna be playing Fall Guys, that's gonna be super exciting. And yeah, so Twitch Rivals for Fall Guys starts at about 4 p.m. EST, so you can check me out then.
Yeah, best of luck. I'll be cheering you on, Chloe.
Thank you. What about you,
You know,
Dangers? Anything fun
Dangers, I
happening?
love this. You're trying your hardest to get a pink medal. You're trying so hard. And the
20
game's
people
like,
qualified from that big fans from 60.
no.
Like, or
Did
not
you
big
try to
fans,
do
sorry,
the
it was
qualify
roll
on big fans without jumping,
No,
grabbing,
it
or
was-
respawning?
it was
Oh,
roll on.
okay.
Yeah, I messed up. It was roll on.
Yeah, so Dangers
gotcha,
needed to
gotcha.
finish 31st or later in that, and only 23 people made it to the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh boy, stomping ground.
To the season 5 game side by side. Penguin pool party.
Ooh, but
Stomping ground.
I can eliminate somebody on this level, perhaps. It'll be difficult to do, but like if I can like grab them into getting hit by the, you know, one of the rhinos, perhaps. You are my target. I will hope. You. We will get rammed together. No, rhinos, target us, please. Oh, they're alive. What about you, shark? I'm the one that died instead. Didn't work out my way. Well, we certainly tried there.
Danger's doing his best to protect his son up top. And look, you got a friend. And I do like this. Even committed even more to get those pink medals.
Yep.
Another seesaw for me. That's 3 straight rounds of
I
seesaw.
just jumped right off the top. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
This is a
strategy.
pretty difficult one too, because coming in, 23 players qualified. So I think in order to get a pink, you have to finish last.
I think pink is just like bottom like 10% roughly. It doesn't necessarily have to be last. It's just obviously the guarantee there.
Let's try that. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. That was 12th out of 13 qualifiers, but remember 24 entered. So we'll see how the math works.
They gave it to me.
You're good. How many pink medals are we up to, Dangerous?
We got 4.
Halfway?
Much more than I got. Well, I gotta look for like a dragon or something for me right now, because I am struggling right now with trying to get any sort of momentum in this last little bit of time.
Shoot.
I'll just play the entire game backwards. Here we go. This will help me look. Nope, still not seeing any. All right, so let me look here. It might honestly just be worth it for me to try to play it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna back out of some of my shows here and just try to look for a dragon or a ninja, maybe a big fans, just like something that I can go for here instead of playing out these levels.
We are at the 20-minute warning. More like an 18-minute warning.
Yeah, so it's definitely
here.
wise for me to be looking like
Okay.
this.
So we probably get one more full show in, then we'll be queuing in for LG's, aka last game. But 45 is that cutoff to start a new show.
All right, I'm on a gate crash here. So, do we have any ninja beans? I
Pink medal?
don't seem to locate any. Wow, nobody wants to be in a ninja costume right now.
Ninja is in the streamer Ninja Fortnite, or like. is
You
a
know, that
ninja-
one we've always left it up to interpretation.
Okay.
It could be very well be both, because if you don't know, they do a lot of collaboration skins in this game. So
Yes.
there's, you know, as we've seen already, there's a Super Monkey Ball one with II from Super Monkey Ball. Then they have, you know, Ninja, you know, like the streamer. There's the G2 Esports Samurai. So there's a lot of different collaborative skins that they have that you'll see throughout this. And one of them obviously being the actual like ninja streamer with his like iconic blue hair and jacket.
Yes.
Oh, I like this. I want to bring your attention to Danger's side of the screen on the right side. We have
Dragon.
Button Bashers, which is a very interesting game where it's a whole bunch of 1v1s going on. So you are paired against one opponent, and you have to hit the glowing yellow button the most in that time to qualify.
It's probably one of the most enjoyable levels that they've made in recent like memory. The one unfortunate gimmick right now with the coding is that even though it's not supposed to be read as a race level, the game kind of reads it as a race. So despite you possibly getting like 30 points, in theory, you could still not get first place because somebody made their other opponent just leave before you.
Oh, this other bean's getting quite fortunate with the
The
spawns.
spawns, they're all just perfect for them. Yeah, I'm actually gonna lose this one. There's no way. Like, look at that. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, they just keep on spawning right in front of them.
All right, get over here, ninja. What level are you gonna give me that I can pantsy one?
No way.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Button bashers giveth and button bashers taketh sometimes.
Oh
way.
my god.
What a save, dude.
What
Did you
a
come back?
save.
Does that count as a qualify
Did-
from a race round by any chance?
Yeah, it does. Again, like the game will read it as a race level.
Okay. Well, I think that's my 6th, actually. I just have to double check. Do you remember what my second one was in this episode? I don't remember.
Your second round?
Because we did the big fan, or we did roll on. And
You did the
there was a
roll
second
on. Wasn't it the penguin one?
episode.
You're holding
give
on
me
to
your
the
dragon.
penguin.
That's not a race, is it? That's a hunt, right?
Grab the
Yeah, that's-
dragon. All right, I pantsed him.
Pants to the dragon. Let's go.
Finally.
Nice work.
Yoinked him as he was trying to climb an object.
Okay.
All right. I think I know what I'm going to do here.
Now, has anybody been keeping track of how many round threes they qualified from?
I've done one because I was backing out of a lot of rounds.
I think Danger's had at least 2.
Yeah.
Of what? Sorry.
Qualifying from round 3 4 times.
Oh yeah, I've got 3. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I was trying to back out to look for certain levels to give my characters, so I don't have many round 3s. Also, if it was a penguin pool party, that's also a race because you get a gold based off of if you finish first.
Then yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my 6 race rounds.
There you go.
All right. How
See,
is it going to be a split?
we're impartial
Oh.
about it. I'm not gonna try to greed on you there. Like, if it happens, it happens.
So we got this jacket on Danger Screen who aims to make it a quick finish.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no.
I got the full pop thing where I couldn't let go. That's okay.
Darn.
Alrighty. I'm on a short circuit here. I pants that dragon. I have something I'm gonna try to go for here, but we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, chat is saying it's a hunt round, so I mean,
Okay.
I can not accept it.
I mean, let's be honest. This next round you're gonna go through is gonna get it. So it is what it is. Like,
is gonna
if
give me
the
a race,
chat
yeah.
doesn't want it to count, it doesn't count. Again, it's kind of just like, again, it's always house rules based things. It's not. We're not trying to be nitpicky towards each other on it.
Yeah, I'll take it off for now.
We'll earn it legit. So to
Yeah.
speak.
No harm, no foul.
Penguin's definitely not a foul. Where are they? So
me
Chloe,
think. How many race levels
what
have I
challenge are
done
you
then?
currently focusing on here? So
The 400 to 450 kudos
That's a
is
good
what
one.
I'm looking at. So since I pants that dragon and I played out this level, I figured I might as well go for it. This is my round 3, so I think after this round, I'll probably just try to lose, assuming it doesn't go straight to a final. But I do also want to get a gold, because if you get a gold in this, it's a, well, A, it's a race, so that'll always help me, and B, it'll also be a round 3, so, you know, it's one more round 3 on my list.
yep.
And we're up. So there we go.
No ninjas in my lobby.
There you go.
Yeah, then people just don't want to be a ninja right now, apparently.
Gone out of vogue.
And like, there's also an assassin skin that's kind of like, think about like, picture like Assassin's Creed, like the hood and everything like that. So there's like an outfit that kind of looks like that, and that's also what we classify as a ninja skin. But I still don't even see those either, and that's kind of a popular one overall. It's a weird day for what skin choices people are wearing, but obviously the more skins that they add, and they pretty much add new skin every 3 days approximately at the minimum. So, you know, after a certain point, there's only so much there.
Yeah, there are a lot of skins. I think more than they even intended, because one funny anecdote I have is during a special time, the community manager of Fall Guys was in a call with all of us. He's like, I'm going to log into your account and give you a skin or something. He pulls out his computer, goes into my account, and it's freezing his computer because of how many skins I had. He's like, why do you have so many skins? Like, well, you keep putting them on in the game. I gotta get them all.
Yeah, when you give us a skin every 3 days, and like, you know, I'm sitting at just in my inventory alone over 1,400 crowns, like 2 million kudos. Dangers is probably sitting on a similar number. Also, I'm trying not to qualify here, but it's one of those things that like we just buy out everything. We're never gonna use them. It's like I have this money, might as well use it.
All right, there is officially the qualify from 6 race rounds for Dangers.
Yep.
Bringing the total to 7.
Let me help speed up this process here for people, have them find out this level.
You gotta go help him.
Yeah, exactly. I want to lose, so I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna keep pushing them to try to figure out the path here. Here,
He
go
could be
forward.
the
There you go.
sacrificial lamb, just diving
Sure.
out in front.
I'll just figure out the path for them there. God, I hope this is worth it. All this effort that I'm going through.
I'm calling it now. It's gonna be 4:55.
Fans, if that happens, I will cry.
No, you won't. You will cry from laughing so hard.
Probably true. All right, let's see. What is it gonna be? 370. I need it.
Oh no.
I needed 1 medal better.
So close.
You hate to see it. We tried. We tried, chat.
Yeah, to remind everybody what's going on here, we are playing Fall Guys Lockout Bingo, where these fancy bingo board you see on the screen. Purple represents Dangers, red represents Chloe. And anytime they complete one of the challenges listed in one of those bingo squares, they mark it off and the other player cannot get credit for that challenge. So it's only one, and the first to do it gets the credit. So Dangers is leading 7-4 in the second bingo race we're having.
Yeah, although we are getting kind of close to the end of things here, so this probably is our last game, wouldn't it be?
Potentially.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
Chloe, this is your last game. And then Dangers will be able to potentially start a new one. We'll see.
So there are a good amount of things that I could possibly get in one episode. It's just having RNG favor me, which they did in the last game of bingo, but not so much here.
Yeah, Fall Guys, a very volatile game.
Yeah. Oh, here's one of those yeets that I needed.
Yep, the eats are showing up in like great numbers now.
It's always when you're not looking for them.
Oh, this is a vanilla fruit shoot.
You know, Chloe, I also like how you got your 13 hoops earlier on in Ski Ball. We just have not seen another hoops game from either player. That was the only one
Honestly,
we've seen.
You know, it wouldn't be the first time that I've experienced that. Again, I run Fall Guys Bingo pretty much weekly or bi-weekly with another person of the Fall Guys community. Every week I try to bring in different people, and it's one of those things that I very much have experienced a lot of different RNG aspects. Sometimes you get things instantly, and sometimes you will get one game and then proceed to spend 3 hours searching for the next.
Okay.
All right, Dangers. Well, how many pink medals are you up to? And
8.
wow, that seemed pretty close.
Yeah, just barely coming in. So that was my 8th pink medal. It was also my 4th time qualifying from round 3.
So Dangerous is just gonna find a way to complete this entire board, or complete the 13 in under an hour. Got it. He's just better, chat. Don't let
that is
last
9 squares for Dangers.
Yeah,
You know,
don't
maybe
let
close
the
to qualifying from any round 20 times as well.
yeah. I mean, if you qualified, you've already done 12 just based off of round 3-4 times. That's just the quick math. So have you done 8 in between now and then?
Round 3-4 times. Wait, what do you mean?
Like you've gotten through round 3-4 times, so that's 12 levels that you've done.
Yeah,
So you need have you done 8 more between
at-
now and then?
I'm at 15 right now.
Okay.
So we're getting there.
Yeah. I'm hoping for
This is a season 2.
probably like a big fans after this, maybe a ski fall. Give me something that I can at least get some points on. I didn't even consider looking for a ninja. Watch, there was one in here and they probably got eliminated. All my effort. I don't think there was one. I am sad. Nobody wants to wear a ninja for me.
If anybody in chat, wants to go in and snipe the game.
Listen,
Wearing
my
the
last
ninja
game, we
outfit for
can't.
Chloe.
Oh, and
Yeah,
the stomping
LG.
ground here. Well, time to hope that I can survive on this one. Good old stomping ground. Ooh, this is the one with the spinner in the middle. So this variant with the spinner will allow you. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, I didn't want to season the mic. But yeah, so this spinner is kind of like a safety zone for people because the rhinos typically have less power on the spinner. So people will just kind of often run around on this overall. Well, apparently it had enough power to almost kill me there. But we live.
There you go. Here's three of them.
No, Rhino, please. Please. Okay, thank you. Rhino. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We've only been hit twice. Oh, there's no saving that. Those rhinos were not friendly to me at all. What a rough hour of games there.
Yeah, that level can be quite something.
Again,
Yeah.
there's a reason we call it the bane of like the competitive scene. It's just a very, very difficult level overall, and sometimes it just doesn't want to go your way.
Okay.
So shall I just let Dangers play out their last game?
Yeah, I
that the
think
plan?
given that we should just Dangerous finish this Lost Temple, and then I think we're just done. So this is gonna be a victory for Dangers here.
Yeah.
As,
So we end up 1-1.
That's right.
Yeah.
I also,
But
if I win
Dangers won the
this-
last game, so that's what mattered.
If I win this episode, I win without ever respawning as well.
Ooh.
It's kind of a
Oh,
cool little bonus.
can he do it? That was the side Chloe would have told you, the incorrect side.
Damn, I couldn't find a ninja bean in like a 45-minute span. Unfortunate.
Hey, we did find the hippo bean immediately. To be fair.
True.
Literally
And it did
round one, there's a
demoralize them to
hippo
the
bean.
point where they left the game.
Oh, this is a wild Lost Temple here. Throwing you through a loop. Oh, can he do it?
Let's go.
Hey,
A crown
He
to
ends
close
ga-
it out.
he ends board 1 on a win, and he ends board 2 on a win. He's just better, chat.
That's how we
Well,
like to finish it,
GG's
baby.
to Dangers, but also GG's to Chloe for the dominating performance in Game 1
In
earlier
the first
on.
map. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank
you,
thank you too so much for coming on, and everybody watching. I hope you had a wonderful evening watching Fall Guys. And don't
seriously,
forget
thank
to
you so much for
follow
having me.
these wonderful runners, Beginning and Dangers, and cheer on. Everybody here, please cheer on for Chloe tomorrow in Twitch Rivals. When does that start, Chloe? That's
4
pretty
p.m.
awesome that you got
EST.
in. So
Yeah, it was kind of lucky that I got in, but a lot of the community really backed me up and really vouched for me. So I'm very thankful that I got a shot in there.
all right, that about does it for Game Masters here, but don't forget, tomorrow we have the Bargain Bin followed by speedruns from the Crypt starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're not done by any means tonight because stay tuned because we'll be having a time capsule, with Assassin's Creed 4 coming up next. And I just realized I never introduced myself this stream ever. I kind of forgot that part. Well, hello everybody. I'm Fant, aka Fant_TV. This is me. Hi. I typed in chat. And yeah, I am now one of the 2 hosts of Game Masters along with AirAngel. We'll be trading off every other week. So next edition of Game Masters will be brought to you by AirAngel. and then after that me, so on, so on. We're swapping like that. And, again, as always, shout outs to the one and only Richard for restreaming today. I think that about does it. Again, thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful night.